She likes the way she likes the way I put it. She likes the
Tab for the bad little bitches in the city and it's all on me. Time no time when the love so blind that you're all I can see. Know the night won't be the same if you don't leave with me. Ass up, head down, every time you dress down, no I like it. Girl in the badass city, got the itty bitty titty, but the ass come with it. Got you hoping that a flash come with it. Looking single in the club, but you hoping that a man don't get it. And she pulling up late night, no teeth, play fight, big jaw, gray white, fuck to the daylight. Put her to sleep, cause I don't need no Xan. If she fucking with me, then she gon' need both hands, yeah. Penthouse, spend another 10,000, nothing getting rent out, money getting sent out. Good brain, good head, get the sense out. Then I make it rain in the bed, pull a tent out. She likes the way I put shit down, and I likes the way I ain't gotta call her whenever I'm in town, but she know when to pull up. Pull up on the block, throw the hood up. The Bucktown boy, wood grain with the foot up. Call me when you need somebody to work on that body the way that it should have. Yeah, I pull up AM, scotch color gray bands, whole room darker than Ray-Bans, and I'm still on that ass like spray tan. I would get it poppin' with you or your 8 friends, but look, I like it. What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about?
You raggedy bitch.
See, little shit like that lets me further know what it is you really do.
Yo. What it do, y'all? I'm your host with the motherfucking most. Chill, motherfucking Murray. You are now tuning in live from the spot. Shout out to everybody tuning in. You're not tuning in. You know how we doing, how we rock. I need to put the lo-fi chill on in the background because it just feels so empty now. It just feels so empty in here. I usually be having that on in the background. I don't know what I'm doing. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's having a wonderful and lovely Saturday evening. Hope everybody is having a great weekend so far. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Fury B the homie, Stella Blue, Miss Medusa. How's everybody doing this evening? Don't mind me right now. I'm just making sure this is on in the background. All right, we're going to get right into it. You see what the cover is. So we ain't going to waste no time up in here. Black Beach, what's going on? Yes, hit the like button on the way in. Oh, that even helps the background. I like that. All right. So we had a couple things to get into tonight. Quite a few things to get into tonight. First thing we want to start with, of course, is the homie Tory Lanez got some great news. And I mean great news. Also, we're going to get into Kai Cenat is a absolute genius. Let me just say that. Kai Cenat is an absolute genius. Okay, at the streaming game right now. And has this new thing called Streaming University. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into what happened with Ak and him getting swatted by his own chat. As well as Papoose and Remy and their drama. I might get into probably gonna have time to get into Trump, and then we're gonna do some Diddy updates. Of course, Kanye done lost his fucking mind. Kanye has lost his ever loving mind again. But this one, I guess we kind of suspect. I kind of suspected he was gonna go this way, but I guess he's trying to send a message to somebody somewhere. I don't know. Anywho, we shall start with the first thing. Huntamos Fanto, what's going on? Swayze World, what's going on? Glad to be here. I'm glad y'all here. I need to start. I guess that just tells me I need to start announcing things. I need to start announcing things. That's what that just told me there. Well, all right then. I shall definitely do that more often. All right. So Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna shares evidence supporting Tory Lanez innocence. Tory Lanez has filed a direct appeal, a habeas petition, and successive habeas, all now consolidated by the California Court of Appeals. They have seated a panel. Oral arguments are coming. This case is far from over. Due process matters. Yes, it does. Oh, it didn't refresh me. Okay. This is the actual affidavit here, the original affidavit, I should say. Now, I have a better copy of that. I want to pull up. Okay. It's a good little slide right here I can just do. Yeah, I'll just read it like this. Where is it? Oh. So we now have a sworn affidavit from Kelsey's own driver, bodyguard, audio footage that confirms his account, DNA evidence that doesn't place Tory as the shooter, and yet Tory Lanez sits in prison. This is no longer justice. It's a miscarriage of it. That's what she had wrote. I got all her original images here. The forensic evidence tells the real story. The gun had 4 DNA profiles, 2 male and 2 female. The main male contributor, 90%, was not Tory. 0 fingerprints from Tory. 0% of Tory's DNA on the magazine. Just 0.01% chance of Tory's DNA on the gun. Kelsey Harris had gunshot residue on her hands, but her DNA and fingerprints were never tested. Question mark. The original DNA report from the firearm. It showed Tory Lanez was excluded as a match for the magazine and inconclusive on the gun. This supports the theory that someone else, Kelsey, fired it, especially with her confession and the matching shot pattern on the audio. We're going to listen to that audio as well. This claim matches the Ring camera audio from the night of the incident. 3 shots, a pause, and then 2 more shots. There is no dance bitch heard. There is no admission from Tory, only the sound of a chaotic moment that now aligns with the sworn statement. Hold on. So I'll make sure I got this correct here. That's 89. Okay. This is in the Court of Appeal in the state of California, Second Appellate District, Division P, in reply to Daystar Peterson on habeas corpus. Affidavit of Bradley James. Bradley James depose and state as follows. My name is Bradley James. My address, we won't say. I should have blurred that shit out. I am over the age of 18. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me just put that down because that has the man's address. You know what? Read this one. Okay. It says, I work for Elite Security, Inc. for approximately 2 years and longer than this for the owner of this company on various similar projects. Ms. Kelsey Harris hired Elite Security to accompany her to court the 2 days she was testifying. This is the only time she has been a client. Hold on. Ms. Kelsey Harris hired Elite Security to accompany her to court 2 days she was testifying. I have not worked for Daystar Peterson nor Megan Pete. I heard these statements as we were in the car, getting a bite to eat. After court, we went to a restaurant named Fixin's. Ms. Harris and the father of her child were the only people in the car. She later also said similar statements to her attorney of record in front of the courthouse and in the cafeteria. She was nervous and speaking generally, asking questions. Her lawyer was telling her it would be okay and she could plead the fifth if she was uncomfortable. I heard Ms. Harris question, how can I not tell on myself? And how am I protected if I tell certain things? The father of her child explained immunity to her. At Fixin's, Ms. Harris stated that she shot the gun 3 times in the air and Daystar Peterson ran up to her and grabbed her arm, pushing it down, causing the gun to fire twice more. I have not said these statements until now. Oh. She admitted it. She actually admitted it. As I have heard rumors of the threats that others had received from being involved in this case. Oh. Threats, you say? Where could those threats be come from? Where could those threats be coming from? I have not said these statements until now, as I've heard rumors of threats that others had received from being involved in this case. Also, I did not want to lose my employment as I rely on such to care for my children. I was trying not to eavesdrop, but I could not help but overhear these statements. Generally, Elite Security does follow confidentiality, yet we do not have such an agreement on file, and I decided to come forward as this has been weighing on my conscience, and I decided the right thing to do is to come forward with this information. Respectfully submitted this 28th day of August 2024 by Bradley James. Now, the only thing that kind of is like worrying about this is that it's just a bodyguard that was with her during court. It wasn't the bodyguard that was with her the night of the shooting. It's just a bodyguard that said he overheard her saying this. She could easily deny it. I would think she would be able to deny this. I don't know. But with all the other evidence, Miss Anapolina is saying we need to have a retrial still. You glad I announced it, or you would have missed it? Yes, yeah, that's when I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna definitely start doing it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Swayze. I greatly appreciate that as well. The Fujit act, it wasn't me. We should have known Kelsey was involved in lying when she kept pleading the fifth. Yeah, when we saw her when we saw her not testimony, when we actually saw her video of her talking about everything that happened with her, Megan, and Tori over, she said it loud and clear, "You fucked my man." That was her exact words. "You fucked my man." That right there, I was like, okay, so there's some actual tension and beef between you and Megan. And even after this, y'all two ain't really gonna be cool. So what's actually happening here at this case now? You hire a security company without a confidentiality agreement as a celebrity? Great point. Great point. Let me see. Do I have that? I might actually have that video. I got a few of them. Let's see, which one was this one? I got a few of these shits.
Still won't pick up that.
Oh. Bingo. Jerry. This is exactly what this was. A fucking Jerry Springer episode that ended up going into a case. This is the first video right here. We can go over some of the evidence tonight. This is the first video right here where I knew Tori ain't shoot this gun. This video right here.
Phone and call me. You still won't pick up that phone and call me. I will respect you more if you call me. I've expressed all my concerns to you directly, and you know what my issue is with you. I wasn't your enemy. You made me your enemy. We stopped fucking with each other, but I wasn't your enemy. You made me your enemy. I have every right to get on here and address this because you made a diss track for millions of people to hear trying to humiliate me. And I'm not hurt by the comments. I'm not hurt by any of that. But when it's coming from somebody that you really know, that's that.
Now, why wasn't that talked about in court? Megan Thee Stallion made a diss track at Kelsey. Nobody mentioned that part. I don't remember hearing about that in court, huh? Why was that left out?
That's the problem. And Megan, I know you. We know each other. I know you like the back of my hand. So I don't know why you playing with me. I don't know why you playing with me. Because I can get on here and say some shit.
Type 1 in the chat if you remember this video. Type 2 if you do not remember that. If you do not remember this video, and this is the first time you've ever seen this video, type 2.
The girl, I told the bitch, she said, you must have been ashamed. I said,
I don't understand. It's like, you be contradicting like a lot of shit. If anybody's a narcissist, it's you. And I don't want, my intentions isn't to mess up nobody's image, nothing like that. I've been trying to move on with my life, actually. Only time I reply to something is when somebody sends some shit to me, some hate shit to me on purpose, intentionally. And y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it happening. So, let me make sure I ain't forgetting nothing. And the people around you too. You know what I'm saying? They know it's real. Y'all know I was solid. Y'all know I was loyal to that girl. I would have did anything for her. You know what I'm saying? So, the truth is, in your song, I think you said, I want the niggas, I don't know what the fuck, I want the niggas you got or some shit. We all know that I ain't never wanted none of your niggas. It was really, come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that ain't right, because you supposed to be my best friend. We laugh at bitches that do that shit to each other. We not supposed to do that shit to each other. So stop playing with me. And I don't want to.
So she was admitting then that there was beef between her over Tory Lanez. See, if I'm a detective, I would have been on YouTube looking up Kelsey Harris, and I would have found this interview, this little blog that she did, or vlog that she did, this IG vlog here. I would have put two and two together and said, well, there was obviously something going on, because she's very upset with Megan over Tory, obviously.
Go back and forth on the internet. I don't want no. I don't care whatever you think you got on me. Expose the shit, because there's nothing that you can expose that I won't hold myself accountable for. Accountability. You need to learn how to hold yourself accountable for shit. This shit, I don't even know why it's going this far. I don't understand to this day, y'all. Y'all ask me these questions. I don't have the answers. I don't have the fucking answers, because people don't know how to be mature and talk like adults. Y'all can't say that I ain't trying to have no real conversation. Y'all can't say that. And really, I'm not the one that should have been having. Y'all should have been having conversations with me. Y'all owe me a fucking conversation. I don't owe nobody shit. I don't owe my loyalty to nobody no more. I don't owe shit. So please stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me, because, we can take it there. I want you to move on with your life. I want you to elevate. I want you to succeed. I'm not you. You're Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not you. I'm Kelsey. Let me do what I have to do to get where I need to be to make sure my family eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here really trying to make some shit happen. That's why you fucked with me so tough, because I was a hustler. Because I was on my shit. I stopped what I was doing to support you, because I wanted to do that from my heart. Anyways, if you had the right people around you, they would probably be telling you, to slow down on some of the shit you're doing. It's not right. It's not. If you're gonna preach protect black women, stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. Because you and I both know. You and I both know. And I'm not here to address the incident of that night. I'm talking about shots fired. You know why? Because there was multiple lies said on that shit directed to me, which caused a hate train on me. Anyways. There be some haters on here.
I'm talking to them. Don't worry about them. Don't be up. I'm already.
Anyways. Am I mad? No, I'm actually, I'm upset. I'm real upset. I'm gonna read a few of y'all's comments and then I'm gonna get the fuck off of here. But y'all stay tuned, because I'm definitely sending my response back. I'm definitely replying.
Okay. Now, with this video existing on top of her doing the testimony, right? Versus I should say the testimony that she did, right? Two very contradicting statements altogether. Because the Kelsey Harris that was doing this wouldn't have lied until she got immunity, right? Now, they released this video. Now, I remember hearing about this originally when we read the transcript. They said that this video had actually existed of the neighbor that actually heard the gunshots. I kind of had this picture in my head as they described it, as someone having the gunshots, hearing the gunshots right outside the window through the ring camera, or should I say through the video camera in the house. So let me pull that up real quick. Three shots. Then two. Three shots. There's going to be three shots. There's going to be a pause, then two more shots. Just as described. No dance, bitch. Dance, bitch was never heard or said. Like I said, free that man. That's just my opinion. Free that man. Free that man. It says too many. Oh shit! I didn't even bring that up. There's too many. There's too many inconsistencies. Even from what we read from Miss Anna Paulina, there's just too many inconsistencies to where he should not be in prison. Thought my chat was slow for a second. Let me see.
Day 4 from Tory Lanez's felony assault trial. Here's a recap. All right, guys, I was inside of the Criminal Justice Center and Kelsey Harris took the stand again to finish her testimony. During her cross-examination after the break, the defense really got her to open up. We saw her not be so guarded and she really shared. And what they did that was so pivotal was they got her to finally talk about what happened in the car, who was arguing with who and what was the argument about. And this is what she said. She said the argument really was about Tory sleeping with Megan, that she was very upset about that and that her and Megan were doing the majority of the arguments. She was really, really letting Meg know that she was frustrated that Meg had done this to her previously with someone that she didn't want to share the name of the other gentleman, but that she was upset. When the ladies got out of the car the second time, they asked her, did they get into a physical altercation? She was very, very guarded in answering that question. But again, the defense did a very good job of making her feel comfortable enough to really say yay or nay. All she would say is that they bumped each other and that they had words. This is big because, again, they are trying to create.
You hesitant about answering the question, and then all you're going to say is you just bumped her? What do you mean you just bumped her? What is that even supposed to mean? Like, how was that even let go in court? Well, again, it's let go in court because you have immunity. So she didn't really have to answer anything. Hippie TV, what's going on? Allison Clamp, what's going on? Good evening, good evening. Good evening to you. Happy Saturday. We just kicking it here. We just kicking it here. Good vibes, good vibes. How are you going to, how are you going to let that slide, though, in court? Like, what do you mean you just bumped her? Like, y'all clearly was doing all the argument. All it was is a bump. You just bumped her. Y'all got out the car and just bumped each other, and that was it. Like I would have made her at least elaborate on those things.
create the idea for the jury that maybe Tory didn't have a motivation to shoot Megan, that it could have been Kelsey. Again, she has said numerous times that
you think? What did she just say? That who didn't have no motivation?
and they are trying to create the idea for the jury that maybe Tory didn't have a motivation to
You think?
shoot Megan, that it could have been Kelsey. Again, she has said numerous times that she did not shoot Megan, but she's not said that Tory did. So now the big question mark is who shot Megan? His defense did exactly what they were supposed to do: create doubt. The prosecution also called 2 other witnesses to the stand. One of them was a detective who has been recently assigned to the case, and the defense ripped him to shreds. And another was a gunshot residue expert. She's a criminalist. She was the one that really explained to everybody how gunshot residue is transferred. She did say that the driver, Jaquan, did not have GSR on his hands. She did say that the 2 people who had GSR were Tory and Kelsey. The defense really tried to get her to say who had more. She wasn't able to answer that question, if Tory had more than Kelsey or Kelsey had more than Tory. She said she had to go look at her notes. And I think, again, this was helpful for the defense because she didn't have a definitive answer as to who had more gunshot residue and how they got it on their hands. It looks like there might be a few more days of trial, so we will be back here tomorrow giving you all the juicy details on the People versus Daystar Peterson. For RapeHollywood.com, I'm Jasmine Simpkins.
Which is why I was just so... I think the whole world was confused that day when Tory Lanez got convicted. The entire world was just like, huh? What? How? Like I said, I remember how confused everybody was and shocked when that verdict came across of guilty. Everybody was like, "What? Of what? Of what? What is he guilty of? How? Why?" Like, it just didn't make any sense that he got convicted guilty. It made 0 sense the day of, even before this evidence even happened. It just did not, something just didn't sit right. It did not sit right. And it's like you got to paint the picture in the head like, okay, these 2 are doing majority of the arguing. Tory doesn't have a reason to shoot anyone. What if Kelsey was the one that grabbed the gun? Just makes more sense. What if Kelsey is the one that knew where the firearm was because Tory didn't? That's the other part of that. Tory didn't know there was a firearm in the car in the first place. Kelsey did. Kelsey grabs the gun, attempts to shoot Megan. Matter of fact, the other thing that added fuel to the fire. Let me see. Do I have the Kylie Jenner pool party?
No. We're going live? We're going live. We had to come,
So this was the night that even in the transcripts they was talking about Megan was drunk as a fucking skunk. And her and Kelsey were both drunk at the party. But Megan, of course, was like belligerent drunk. And as you can see how she's slurring in the camera and whatnot and still drinking. Okay. Now, of course, she's hyped. She's with Kylie Jenner, of course. And the word of the night was Kylie was also feeling Tory when Tory showed up to the party. Megan, of course, was getting even more jealous of Kylie getting the attention. And ended up starting shit at the party as well. So that was when Kylie actually had Megan leave. They had to go because she was just getting, like I said, she got too wild and drunk. and Kylie had asked Megan to leave. Of course, they couldn't drive themselves away, so Tory offered to take them home or whatever. And that, I think, was the bigger mistake, was that fact that Tory himself was trying to finagle something, and it ended up costing him 10 years. Had he not been trying to finagle something and ended up just staying at the party, which is what a lot of people said, he should have just stayed at the party. Or better yet, should have never showed up. Yeah, because he pretty much could have fucked all three that night. Had everybody been cool, he could have fucked all three that night. But, because that was the thing. Like I said, the word was Kylie was also feeling Tory. Let me see. Yeah, read this. This is when you Google it. This is just when you Google this shit. Look what it says. It says right there, plain day. Kylie Jenner has been criticized for supporting Tory Lanez, especially after his conviction for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. She was seen in a TikTok video lip-syncing to an unreleased Tory Lanez song, which sparked backlash and led to the video being deleted. Some fans, like those on Reddit, have accused her of mocking Megan Thee Stallion's experience, especially given the domestic violence. No, she was, like I said, feeling him. Yeah, and this post right here. And Tory Lanez said this: the only thing I regret on that night is jumping out of the pool with Kylie Jenner. He said that's the only thing I regret is the fact that I should have left with them two. I should have just stayed where the fuck I was at.
Come kill the streets for 5 minutes. You said what?
I gotta turn up the music. The PD just came right now.
Troy, don't get my phone wet. Why they do that?
Yeah, why they turn the music down?
Only because we have to turn.
Just like I feel.
That's another different video I had Kylie and that was from proving a different point with Corey. I was trying to think of. I thought I had the pool party that night. The rest of the pool party that night where Tory showed up. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Doo-doo-doo. Let me see the video of.
Don't upload your video.
It's the whole night right here. Let's just say more of.
We have to come.
A feature, maybe the whole capsule.
Okay.
It's gonna have like.
All right, so. Yeah, they only keep showing. They only keep replaying that part. I guess now they done edited the part out with Tori even being at the damn pool party. That's pretty much the only part that exists now. Is the version that I got too, which is cool. It's cool. It's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Like I said, we know. Oh, there it is. There it is. There he goes right there.
They thought that I wasn't recording the side of the cell, like I wasn't
There he is right there.
spitting the fire in hell, like I wasn't cracking the code, and as if that ain't the real reason why I'm in the jail.
Okay, so I guess the video I had was a little bit before he shows up in the video, which makes sense. Which makes sense. But
recently,
yeah, we'll get to that in just a second as well. But free to wave.
Footage, so video footage, and actually just talked to one of his attorneys, and so that will likely be released in the next, well, whenever they decide to release it, next couple days.
So does the attorney have that footage
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
they have actually a lot of evidence. I'm surprised that, you know, a lot of people, some of it were like, oh, well, that's not new news, but some people were completely unaware too, specifically on the number, you know, the DNA, specifically for the gun, 0.01%. That means that it's literally not him. They also didn't test people, but yeah, so that stuff will all be released, I think, in the coming days.
So, and have you spoken with Governor Newsom or anyone else
I
about
actually have a
this?
call into his office, and so we're working on scheduling a time. And there's a letter that should be going out to him later on today or tomorrow morning.
So I would assume since these are strictly state charges, this would have to be a state pardon, correct? President Trump can't be involved?
Correct. It's up to Governor Newsom, but I think that, you know, there's a lot of people that are looking at the evidence and saying, hey, this is clearly not correct, that this is an innocent man that's been imprisoned. And I think that that's where, you know, on the federal side of things, when I talked to Tori's in jail, as you know, so I talked to him on the phone. And I think prison reform is going to be something that he's going to definitely tackle once he gets out. And it's pretty wild that this kind of case can happen. Also, too, he had a gag order placed on him during the trial, so he couldn't even, and like, that's just so insane. Like, you put gag orders on people so they can't defend themselves? That's nuts.
That part. And he said that too. That he had a gag order on him and couldn't say anything. That, get this, Rock Nation put a gag order on him. He said that out of his own mouth. Rock Nation put the gag order on him. He couldn't say anything. He wasn't allowed to speak about it. Imagine that. You can't even. So everybody's like, why you ain't testify? Why I wasn't allowed to say anything. I literally was not allowed to say anything. What do you mean why I didn't testify? I wasn't allowed to. It wasn't me and my attorney thought we had it hook, line, and sinker and everything. No, I wasn't allowed to take the stand. Does anybody realize that part? I was not allowed to take the stand. Don't you think I would have said something? As vocal as I have been, don't you think I would have said something? Why would I not say my own innocence? I done spent all these millions of dollars on these lawyers. You think I would have been jumped on the stand? Hey, she shot it. But no, there was a gag order on me. I wasn't allowed to say anything. That says a lot right there.
You know, finally, why is this so important to you?
My goodness, this guy's an innocently incarcerated man. Obviously, you know, we're by no means perfect, but that type of situation cannot stand if you have a double standard of justice that exists. Also, too, when the evidence was brought forward and presented to me, I mean, I was pretty baffled that he was even charged after what I saw. And so specifically, you're talking about someone who's basically been smeared and dragged publicly, saying and alleging that he shot someone on foot. By the way, did you know that the ballistics evidence says otherwise, and that there's no bullet fragments? They can't locate those alleged bullet fragments. I mean, how do you even have a conviction on that? It's really crazy. So,
Thanks, Congresswoman. On Tory Lanez, have you seen this evidence firsthand?
Imagine that. Imagine that. All that missing evidence that's supposed to be used to convict you is false and don't even exist. Well, I should say false and to the point doesn't exist. 0%, 0.01%. No gun residue. I ain't even touched the gun that you convicted me of holding. That's another thing. They was like, well, he didn't get charged for shooting the gun. He got charged for having it and holding it. Nigga, I ain't even have residue on it for me to be holding it. What am I in jail for? You don't even have what the evidence what you convicted me for. That part. So what? You didn't convict me for shooting her. You convicted me for the possession of the firearm. Nigga, it wasn't even my gun. As well as you didn't prove that I had any residue or DNA on it. So what did you put me in jail for? Hello? What did you put me in jail for? Like I said, free the homie. Free the homie Tory Lanez till it's backwards, yo. Free Tory Lanez till it's backwards, yo. We've been new since day one. This was some bullshit. And Megan trying to say, still to this day, that Tory Lanez, the demon, shot her. And you know he didn't shoot you. You shouldn't even came out your mouth and said anything recently. It's just eating you at your soul. Just eating you at your soul. And you can't even help it. You can't even help it. All right. Ack unfortunately got arrested and detained after being swatted at his home recently.
YouTube. Chicks.
Yeah, the homie Chick Smooth.
Get ready. You know what to do, Chicks.
Listen, Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh, nah. They was trying to get DJ Academics up out of here today. These days, if you're a streamer, you gotta be extra careful because swatting is no joke. And the worst part is, you never know who's watching you. Crazy enough, you guys, and this is no coincidence, while Academics was covering the Diddy trial, somebody somewhere out there called his local police, told him Academics did some wild shit to his sister, which he doesn't really have a sister, and before you know it, his house was surrounded with cop cars. Now, this is not the first time Academics has been swatted.
Ironically, while he doing who trial? The Diddy trial.
About 4 years ago, Selena Powell, she called his local police and told him some wild stuff. They showed up at his house, kicked his doors down, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe his mom was home at the time of the incident. We never really got any closure if Selena Powell ever got in trouble for it. If you guys remember a couple months ago, young Scooter, rest in peace, he was also swatted by a young lady, which unfortunately led to him losing his life. Now today, DJ Academics posted this video of him being detained by police.
Hands up!
Oh, Lee, man. Yo, check it out, man. Yo, today, interesting day. Number one, first of all y'all trolls, please just enjoy the stream. We having a good time, man. We the number one media entity in the world. Ain't nothing bigger than the chat. We got 30, 40,000 people watching. We the best at covering this Diddy trial. Don't worry, right? For the new people who coming in, man, please, man, stop doing the weird shit, man. Like, yo, I'm a black man in America, man. Don't be calling no goddamn SWAT. What happened today was my police department, they claimed they got a call from a woman who claimed to be my sister. I don't got a sister. Who claimed that somebody got shot at my crib. They hit me up. My phone was off. I'm streaming 8 hours a day. You know me. I'm on the grind. They pulled up about 30 cars. You know what I mean? They had to do what they had to do. Took me out. You know, put me in custody real quick and searched the crib.
But for SWAT to come to hear that there was a shooting at your crib, SWAT had to come? Isn't that a little extreme?
Obviously, nobody gets shot at my crib. Yeah, obviously nobody gets shot at the crib. They clear the crib real quick. But I just want to tell y'all, man, for everybody who be swatting, like, I got to remember, number one, man, I'm not like them other streamers. I'm like a black dude that live in a white neighborhood. So when y'all call the cops, they might already think something's going on. You know what I mean? When niggas got ARs pointed at you, you never know. The shit go wrong. Obviously, I always comply with the police, but I got dogs. I got, you never know who. Shit, imagine like I got family here who might not know what's going on. I don't want nobody to get hurt because if y'all like a little troll and shit, so please just enjoy the stream. We having a good time. Please stop with the weird shit. In other news, obviously I'm good. We're going to be back tomorrow. Love the chat. I did run it up on Kick, on Stake. It's like God was like, I know they tried to play with you today. We ran up a little 30 bands. So, you know what I mean? Big W to the chat. Ran up a little 30 bands. Yo, salute to Kick, salute to Stake. They always hold me down. Y'all gotta go make sure you make an account. Fuck with me on Kick. Also, lastly, man, really, this is like my police department. I just want to thank them. I know they be watching me. They keep in they know what's going on with me. I want to thank them for handling this like professionals. I know they were put in a tough position today because some trolls probably said some shit. They gotta respond. I take no personal feelings of it. They have always treated me with the utmost class. They always hold me down. They were super quick, super professional. They handle everything, right. Salute to the captain who came out. I got to shake his hand. Again, everybody know I'm just, I love the cops, number one. I'm about to donate to them this end of this year. You know what I mean? They hold me down. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about y'all niggas. I don't got no problem with my police department. They're very fair people and they work very hard.
L Glaze, why would you glaze the cops? Get the cops cock out your mouth.
But I only say that to say, please, if you fuck with me or you fuck with the chat or you watch the stream, it's not funny. Please don't do the SWAT and shit. Not with me, bro. Like, just go pick another streamer. Another streamer could do it.
They don't even look like regular police too. They look like just like neighborhood, like homeowners association security. That barely even look. Am I tripping or what? Like he making it sound like everybody was like, "Freeze! Get out!" A bunch of AR-15s was coming at your head and whatnot. Like we're gonna look at the body cam footage in a second. Okay, here we go. That's what I was looking for. Damn! Damn! Well, because they heard a nigga got shot at the crib. They got scopes. Them niggas had skidopes. Damn! Everybody say, yeah, this is a scene. This a whole crime scene. I couldn't tell because it looked like they weren't dressed like the regular police I seen. They was a little bit too clean with it. That's something like, but I guess it's just the rich neighborhood, so they gonna look a little bit different.
You guys know me a lot, man. Y'all really come out here and do this?
Right. That's a bit much.
Like you guys,
we tried. I have people inside trying. We're here.
Unbelievable.
We got people behind the scenes, okay?
Now, regardless of how some of you guys may feel about academics, if you guys like them, if you guys don't like them, nobody deserves to be swatted, especially somewhere they call home. This whole situation could have played out so much worse than this.
That part I do agree. It's that part. Like, love him or hate him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how my feelings, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yeah, nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves this. Because this could easily go wrong. They could have easily just, you know what I'm saying, not even asked no questions and just pulled trigger as soon as they saw him. And then it would have been one of the worst cases ever. You know what I'm saying? So he's lucky to be alive on that note. You know what I'm saying? Dude came out with the phone in hand. He going to talk about that in a second. Dude came out with the phone in hand. They could have thought that was a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Especially seeing how academic.
Like right, shit like that. That could have looked like a weapon to one of them with the scope. One of them had a scope, not the laugh, you know what I'm saying? But they had scopes on them bitches. One of them would have saw that, like, freeze, put the gun down. Nigga, I ain't got no gun. He go to raise that bitch, then it looked like he just raising his gun still, and they just pop him.
Came out the crib with his phone in his hand. That phone could have easily been mistaken for a weapon, and we all know certain cops are just waiting to pull that trigger. Now, unfortunately for academics, this was done by somebody he does not know, which means somebody somewhere out there that you don't know has it out for you. It could be a next door neighbor. It could be somebody in New York. Shit, it could be somebody in Africa. If this was done by somebody that you know does not like you, like Meek, Lil Baby, shit, even Stat Baby, then you can sleep peacefully. But the fact that he has no clue who actually swatted him, it might be time to put the house on the market. You guys get in the comments,
I'm saying, I don't know about putting the house in the market, but I'm saying definitely got to be a little bit more cautious with that. Definitely got to be a little bit more cautious with that shit. Because that could be, like I said, that could have turned even wilder than it was. Anything could have happened out of that one. Well, because somebody trying to play games and troll on the thing, on the chat, I can't stand it. And that's the thing, too. Like, that's one of the dangers of becoming that big and having a chat, and or even people knowing your address publicly and where you live at and things like that. That type of thing can become very, very dangerous, to be honest with you. Nobody wants anybody to have that happen to them. Like, that's just, like I said, that's a different level of trolling that I hope to never experience, like, ever. That's not something I ever want to get too big for my bridges and experience some shit like that. That'd be too crazy. That would be too crazy. Nah, I still can't say he deserved the swatting part. I do get the karma aspect of it, but I don't think he deserves the. I don't think he ever deserves the swatting. I mean, in the whole him instigating violence, I never will condone that. That's why I said I have my feelings towards Zach. Everybody know that I have my feelings towards Zach, and you know the whole talking to minors and shit like that, and then trying to get it covered up and all that. And then all the other shit that you tried to cover up at the dumpster of your studio. Like I said, don't let me get started with Act. But yeah, at the same time, you don't want to see nobody get killed or accident or something happen like this. Over something happening like this. That's what I'm saying. It could have turned worse. That's my whole hops with this. This could have turned a lot worse than how it played out. That's what I said. Love him or hate him. I said karma is one thing. We don't even we not even the main judges of the karma. So that's another reason why I can't say. Know what I'm saying, I get, like I said, I get the aspect of it. Just I can't necessarily say that the man deserves police to just come to his crib with AR-15s. Nobody deserves that shit. That's why I was even like, that's not something to. Like, even somebody hearing that there's, you know what I'm saying, shots fired at the crib, it must have been a crazy ass story that got told to them cops for, you know what I'm saying, them to show up with the whole SWAT team like that, with the guns aimed at them like that. Like, it got to be a crazy story. That's another thing. I would have hope that he would elaborate a little bit more on what the actual story was that I'm saying that was told to them cops, because that could have been a lot better. I think that part should have at least got told. I would have loved to hear or know what the fuck got told to them, I should say. But they got the body cam footage of that same day as well.
Recently released body cam footage from January 22nd, 2024 captures the moment law enforcement confronted popular hip-hop commentator and streamer DJ
This is when he was talking about when it happened to him the first time.
Academics after his Rottweiler reportedly escaped his home and caused chaos in the neighborhood. According to reports, the dog not only ran loose but allegedly bit a neighbor, leading to police intervention. The footage offers a first-hand look at the officers' response as they address the situation with academics.
How we doing?
What's up, man?
So what happened?
I recently just got rid of the puppies.
Okay.
Female dog.
Yep.
So I let them out in the backyard.
Okay.
Just to pee and poop and all that type of stuff. And I guess some way, which I still don't even see how, the female dog was a little skinnier, got out, and the male dog started chasing after her. She was following around. So probably was like 5 minutes later, I found the dog on Pleasant.
Okay.
And I guess the guy had him in the trunk.
The guy got bit in the arm.
Yeah.
One of the officers can be heard telling DJ Academics, "We got a report that your dog bit a guy in the arm down the street." Another officer adds, he says he was just walking when the dog came at him.
And lastly, is the male, he said the male bit him. Is the male up to date on rabies shots?
Yeah.
And you can get proof of that for me? Or you can call your vet and you can have fax it to me? All right, what's going to happen, you're going to get 2 summonses for running at large for each dog. And if it's vaccinated, you're scot-free. It's going to go on a bite quarantine. And he said he tried to put him in there and the mail got him. So I know there's a little bit of history here with the dogs over the last couple of weeks. So I'm glad you got rid of the pups. Now, let me get this going.
Hey, I need where's Pluto's records? Yeah. I know I brought him to get the rabies thing. Where's all that document?
Does he have the rabies tag on his collar?
No. Because I brought the puppies away from the mom. The mom got away in the backyard. Pluto followed. Some guys tried to make sure he's good. Record the one that
The male, the one that bit him, yeah.
We just need Pluto's records.
If you want to send them both over, you could. That way he's got them on file. Which one's in the back?
Female.
The female? Yeah. She's friendly. She'll lick you.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay, well, in other news. This happened.
I'm not here to be your idol. I'm the leader. I'm not here to be worshipped. And as the leader, I'm saying, how am I supposed to lead y'all if I don't got my kids with me to continue what we're doing? I ain't got no legacy. So why the fuck you think I'll be spazzing out? Twigs in charge of my legacy. I'm gay. Twigs in charge of my legacy, and I'm gay. With me to continue what we're doing. I ain't got no legacy. So why the fuck you think I'll be spazzing out? Twigs in charge of my legacy. I'm gay. Twigs in charge of my legacy, and I'm gay.
Thank you for saying that. I wish I saw that earlier. So, damn. Okay, what I was saying was, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just fixed it. A lot of people thought that he came out and said that he was gay. No, this was not him saying that he was gay at all. This was him. You can clearly hear him being muffled. You can clearly hear him being muffled and saying yay. Jay Porter, what's going on? What's going on? Yes, thank you, Royalty. Thank you for saying that, because I didn't realize I was muted. I had my folder looking up the next thing I was gonna play, so I didn't see I was muted. But Kanye, like I said, he's gotten quiet to the point where it seems a little bit scary. In my opinion, it seems a little bit scary because I'm used to every single day saying something crazy Kanye. Now, recently he's been a little bit calm. A little bit too calm. I don't know if it's because he's being very busy with producing more and more music that he's about to put out. But at the same time, I definitely know that he wasn't saying that he was coming out as gay here a few weeks ago. So this, like I said, I was hoping I didn't have to debunk this, but people have been ranting and raving about him saying that or announcing that he was gay, and he wasn't announcing he was gay. It just cut off at a certain point, and he was trying to say, and I'm yay. He was trying to say that I'm yay. So, all right. Wait, what's going on? Wait, I can't hear. Let me make sure something. Okay. All right, let me fix it. Let me see. I'm gonna just keep talking to make sure it's not going in and out. Oh, it is going in and out. Let me see. It is going in and out. Hold on. All right. Let me see if that fixed it. Yeah, let me see if that fixed it. I'm also testing it in the background too. So if you hear me echoing and whatnot, that's just me trying to fix it. I don't want to go to the camera mic. I hate going to the camera mic because it sounds so crazy. It sounds so bad. It sounds so bad when I go to the camera mic. So you know what? I think I don't want to go to the camera mic. Oh, okay. No, you know what it was? Refresh. 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 Tamiko Show, what's going on? Just refresh. That's all it is. Just refresh. I just did it on my phone checking to see. Just refresh. If you seeing if it's going in and out like that, just refresh. I forgot YouTube does do that. Just refresh, and you'll definitely have it. That reminds me too. I need to do my multi-stream again. I keep forgetting that. I need to set my multi-stream back up so we can have the pod also on Twitch sometimes. I forgot about that because I'm only streaming to YouTube right now. I'm literally only streaming to YouTube right now. I am trolling myself right now doing that. Trolling myself doing that one. All right. But yeah. All I was saying was, like I said, this had to get debunked because people were pretty much up in a confusion of what he actually said. And my whole thing is, I get that you're trying that. I'm the same way. I miss the everyday ranting Kanye now already, because if something were to happen to him, you already know that you feel it coming already. So that's just my hops on that. Okay, let's get into Pat and Remy. Now I believe Pap said his piece first and then Remy went. So actually no, it was Remy that started it, actually. So let's go Remy first.
I come on here for entertainment, hee ha ha, if I'm promoting something, and then I'm out. That's it. Yes, I'm coming back to Belize. I am absolutely coming back to Belize. But I feel like people who know a little bit about me, they know I don't really do social media. I just don't. That's not my thing. If I have something to say, I say. I don't even do subliminals. My at button works very well. Very, very, very well. You understand? If I want to at somebody, I'm the queen of finding, excuse me, you got so-and-so number? Let me get that. Hello? Like, that's me. But it seems like whenever somebody has something they want to promote, because nobody cares about what they're doing otherwise, they turn this little thing on here, and or they go sit on a platform with just enough traction, hoping that it forces me to cause some type of interaction. Never gonna do that. Never gonna do that. I'm not emotional. I'm actually really happy and really content. I'm actually probably the most content and the most at peace that I've been in my life in a really, really long time. Okay? I told my friends, because they like, Bam, just keep doing what you've been doing. Don't say nothing. Don't talk about. No. 2025.
Let me cut you off right there, Rem. You know why? Because what's hurtful about even hearing you saying that you're at the most happiest and at peace that you've ever been in your life in a long time, let us remind you very quickly of those bars that were said to you at that battle. In hindsight, in summary, I should say, yes, you may feel that you're happy with Easy, the block captain, more than you were with Papoose. But you can never forget that he held you down in jail for as long as he did. You can never forget that part. That part can never, that loyalty that he showed to you for the amount of time that you were locked down, and the loyalty he showed to you after you came home, put you back on. Him and Fat Joe pretty much put together a nice little package for you when you came home. For you to say these words right now, shame on you. Shame on you for that. Shame on a nigga. Tried to run game on a nigga. That's a new low right there. That's a new low right there for you to stoop. Pap don't deserve to hear that. Regardless if y'all happy and moved on, you don't get to say those words. You don't get to say those words, because at one point y'all were the definition of black love and represent the first time ever. Not let me just clarify what I'm saying. When I say the representation of black love, y'all pretty much made that a hashtag, you and Pap, because of how Papoose treated you, a dark-skinned black woman. That was something that was not celebrated and shown enough in media and entertainment, period. So for this to dismantle the way it did, it fucks up a lot of people. And for you to say those words, it makes it even worse. And it makes you regret that something that was so beautiful even happened.
We getting a little bit of the ORAM. I'm really the realest ninja people know. Really, like seriously, because I'll take a hit. I'll take people saying this about me or saying that about me because I know the truth, and the people involved know the truth. I could get in front of this app and whatever and act like whatever, but you know what's really up. Like, really know what's up. Like, so stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'm like why we gotta do that? Better, you know what my thing is? I went on to YouTube today, like a little while ago, and I typed in my name. Bro. If you listen to YouTube, because my mom called me, she's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. You know, everyone keeps calling me. I said, Mama, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, they saying you're sick and that you're in a coma. And I was like, what? Ma. First of all, I do believe if I was in a coma, they'd call you. I'm just assuming that. But these people, like, and this shit be on there having tens of thousands of views. I'm sick. I'm not sick. Like, I'm very healthy, actually. I'm the healthiest I've been in a long, like, since I started my pescatarian and my Pilates and things like that, I'm good. You understand? I'm not sick. I'm definitely not in a coma, as you can see. Y'all don't see me courtside? Hee ha 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 ha. Do I look like I'm in a fucking coma? I'm not in a coma. But speaking of courtside, Millie's is not my boyfriend. Like, anybody that I sit next to or that I talk to or that I'm saying is not my boyfriend. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not pressed for no relationship. Like, I'm just not. I'm not. Like, y'all have to stop. Y'all have to stop. You understand? You have to stop. And I be like, oh, people got common sense. They could just see. People don't got common sense. I realize that. I swear, I promise you, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. I'm in a coma. They got, I don't know if it's AI or what, but I'm in the bed. With all type of things hooked up to me. Like, what? What? I'm not in a coma. I'm great. You understand? But I see everybody's in my comments like, oh, what do you have to say about this? What do you have to say about... I don't have... as far as my personal life, I don't have to speak on my... Whoever I'm with is who I'm with. You understand? But unfortunately, due to circumstances, I can't just move how I want to. I'm not just going to be moving around here knowing that there's paperwork that needs to be signed. Let's be very, very clear. Very clear. I am not holding nobody. Listen, I am not holding anybody. I'm not that girl. I'm not the girl that's going to hang on to somebody that doesn't want to be held on to. I'm not the girl that's going to wait while you trying to finish whatever you doing. But that ain't me. That would never be me. I'm out. I've told Papoose. I told them, why don't you tell this stuff? Why don't you tell your current come up? Because that's what it is. Tell your current come up. Don't say nothing about me. Don't even say nothing about you until shit is what it is. I'm in here on my TVs. You know, me and my daughter, we have the same name. She looks at everything. I'm in here putting certain things in so that when she's scrolling through YouTube, certain things don't come up, and I gotta try to explain to her. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything extra. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to prove to nobody who I'm with or what I'm doing, because that's not what I do. That's not what I do. Like, nobody shouldn't have any ill will towards me because I ain't do nothing to nobody. Nobody in the whole situation should have any ill will towards me. Nobody. I mean, you're just mad. You're punching the air. That my air. I've never breathed so freely in my life. Okay. I couldn't take it anymore. I said, "Hey, this ain't what it is. We can't keep doing this." We talking about people being truthful. Truthful? The truth, you will probably literally, like, people will cry if they knew the truth. Like, literally cry.
Now, if you're just tuning in, this is Remy Ma. Pretty much, she was the aggressor, I think, in what caused Pap to even get on the live and do what he did, as well as file the divorce papers and prove that he filed the divorce papers. Secondly, like I said, if you're just now tuning in, this is pretty much her airing out why she made a decision that she made as far as leaving Papoose. She's saying she's the one that left Papoose. Okay, we all see that. At least now, she's at least confirming she's the one that made a decision to leave and call it complete quits. See, I didn't even know she got dumped by Easy. I didn't even know that her and Easy are not even the thing no more. Wasn't that something? So now you done did all this shit and you getting divorced. He done moved on, got a better chick. And then the new dude that you with done dumped you? Let me find out now. I need to Google that. Because I ain't hear about that. I ain't hear about that.
Like, cry. 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 I look at it now and I feel sorry for old girl. Like, I feel sorry for her. Because I know the circles that's being ran and wrapped around over there. Like, I would cry. I feel bad. I feel bad. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Hello. Hello? Oh, I'm on live. I thought y'all was calling me to tell me to get off live. No, I'll call you back. How am I going outside? Because I'm not sitting here telling y'all everything that happened. That in a marriage, if you've never been married, you understand? If you've never been married, you wouldn't understand the bond that's supposed to be between two people. You wouldn't understand that. You wouldn't understand. Hold on, what you say?
Okay, wait, yeah. Apparently, I'm late. I'm seeing the Well, damn. This is how much I ain't paying them attention. That shit happened in March. Imagine the nigga that caused your whole marriage just poof, blow up in your face. Imagine that. Only for that nigga to leave you exactly a month after Valentine's Day. No more matching pajamas. No more matching pajamas for you. No more taking pictures under the Christmas tree. Oh, you thought grass was green on the other side, didn't you? Thought you was good, huh? Thought you was good with Easy in the Block, huh? Thought you was good, how you a little bad rapper that you could think you could sign, huh? Oh. You wouldn't understand the bond. No wonder.
Listen. I know what people care about. That man, he cares about what y'all think. I don't care about what y'all think. Like, not, unfortunately, not trying to be funny. I appreciate my fans and people that are actually my fans and that love me. You understand? But I don't care what people think. Can't nobody with a revolving door on a coochie tell me I'm for the streets. I've been with the same man. I was with the same man for almost 20 years. Can't nobody tell me I'm for the street and make me feel some type of way? Are you crazy? Can't nobody tell me, oh, you fumbled it. It's so funny watching people like, you had a good husband. He's only had one wife. The only person that can tell y'all if he's a good husband or not. And when he was, I told y'all that. I told y'all. When shit was cool, when shit was like, when it was what I thought it was, I just kept it a being. When it's not, when it wasn't, I ain't say nothing. I dealt with it. I ain't never met a bitch. I've been waiting for somebody to just use a little bit of common sense. I ain't never met a female who has a perfect dude that takes care of her, helps her financially, emotionally, physically, is there for you, treats you like this wonderful thing, right? And you just say, you know what? I don't care. Fuck this whole shit. Who does that? Nobody. Oh, everyone looks so much happier now. Girl, man, don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody with nowhere to stay. The fuck? I literally told him, every time your current come up says my name or does something that I feel is trying to attack me in any type of way, I'ma drag you. And I haven't even been dragging them. Bad enough, you got my daughter's mom out here looking crazy because you refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see.
See, that's the problem right there I got. You talking about it like it was just a hashtag. It wasn't even a way of life for you. That's the fucked up thing I'm hearing right now. It wasn't even a way of life for you. You ain't care for that. That's a fucked up thing to say right there. She was talking about the recording devices being hidden in the home, but she not talking about why they're there. Right. Like they was loyal to each other. Like don't make it seem like he was unfaithful to you. Because that part ain't being spoke about. Or should I say that part didn't even happen. Don't try to make it seem like he was unfaithful to you. You were the one that stepped out. Clearly.
They'll see. I seen one of these. She was like,
this is your confession.
She said there was others. Who are they? I want to know. Do your own homework. No. Well, why she out at me? Because you loud. And I know he cares about his personal image and what people think. I needed that. I was being told, you want me out? Call police. Call your brother. Like, what? I'm not calling nobody over here to try to get them. First of all, the people telling me to call, they got love for you. They look at you as family. Jason Lee, what? Nah. I I'm tired of anybody that I sit next to. Oh, that's her new boyfriend. Oh, she's on boyfriend number 4. How the fuck I'm gonna have a boyfriend where I have a lawyer? I have a lawyer. She has been retained since last year. Because the original plan was like, you know what? You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. We said we was going to raise our daughter a certain way, you know, and we'll just, we going to figure out how to live in the same house and whatever. But then, motherfuckers felt like they can control what I do, but do whatever they want to do. What niggas tried to do when it came to my event and make a fucking scene. If y'all really look back, this didn't come from me. I'm not pushed, Jason. I'm not pushed to the edge. I'm sitting on my couch, waiting for the laundry people that come and pick up the laundry and wash it and fold it and bring it back. Waiting for them to come, and waiting for the pool people to come clean the pool because I'm letting the girls have a pool party for Memorial Weekend. I'm cool. I'm a mother. I'm with my daughter all the time. I don't just pick her up once a month, if that, and then run to social media and post it to make it seem like I'm the parent of the year. I've seen my daughter more than 3 times this year. I see every day. She's here. Nobody's taking my phone.
Cherie Purnell, what's going on?
Okay. I'm not, and let's be clear, nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk, nobody, all that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like, nobody, there should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice was like, hey, if you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side. And I'm not emotional. I'm not. I'm very calm.
She's
and when I call him, I'm like, yo, why don't you do this and this? And we don't got to be like this. Bad enough, one day, my daughter's going to get older because my son is already grown. All of our other kids, I don't even know if they're my kids anymore because, all of our other kids, they're grown. They're the same age as your girl. They're the same age. DJ was born in 95. She was born in 96. So I know how to deal with people of this age. You understand? Like, I'll be like, damn, like, call me. Like, if you ever really want to have a hard time, I'm not even going to bash nobody. I'll tell you the truth. Somebody said, first of all, it's not about loving somebody, hating somebody, giving somebody, niggas got clout because of you. Listen, I know what I needed to do. There was no way. It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 whatever it was, I paid in cash with my name on it only. So yes, you understand? And if you're the one, I take care of the kid, I take care of it, so I stay here. You go, you move over here. You moved on, great. I'm trying to understand what's the holdup. What's the holdup? Who's holding what up? Who's holding what up?
New Eyes, what's going on?
I had my lawyer call, like, yo, we sent them the email, right? Yes. He gave his lawyer information? Yeah, you got it. You called him, right? What did she say? She said he hasn't retained her yet. If you don't go pay that lady, I said, okay, maybe it's not there. Maybe, hey, guess what? It could save both of us some money. We don't gotta have all our business out there. We don't have to do all of these things. I paid my lawyer already. Let's get a mediator. I don't want nothing. I'm not asking for child support, spousal support. I don't want no cars. I don't want no crib. I don't want nothing. I'm not giving nobody anything there's neither. I'm lying. I did ask for my jury. I'm missing some jury. I'm missing some jury. I've been asking for my jury back for a long time. Oh, you play with police? You went to the police? I went to the police and filed a complaint about my missing jury that I have insurance on. Like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Or you could just give it to me and then that'll be the end of that. Because when I asked, I said, like, yo, babe, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Basically, I'm literally just saying, hey, that's it. It doesn't have to be nothing. It don't got to be nothing. I literally let people say that, oh, infidelity ain't have nothing to do with our breakup. You know that. You know that. Because guess what? I'm such a real one. I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home and I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying, though. If we keeping it a bean, I knew she wasn't lying. But what I don't like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm chilling. Well, I know he's telling you over there, right? Who called who babe? No. Nobody called nobody babe. Be clear. When did I say babe? Y'all don't even start on that. Basically, that's what I said. But y'all didn't know about the fights that I had to fight baby mothers on Thanksgiving, right? In niggas' houses. Y'all don't know about, because I'm not no corny ass bitch.
She did say babe.
That's why.
She did say babe. And I caught that too. She didn't realize she said it, but she did say babe.
Oh, she's this, she's a narcissist, she's a cheater, she's a this. You saying he not bringing nothing to the net, but he's sitting there allowing someone else to bring it to the net. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. I have a problem with that. I'm trying to be amicable.
Unfortunately, she has the same stigma that majority of the 90s female rappers have had. Ain't no album. She can't work on no album that ain't nobody gonna buy. Ain't nobody bought the first one.
And do mediation, do this. Now I don't care. Like, haven't cared. I don't care. Like, there's always gonna be some type of, I try to maintain some decorum, some level of respect. Like, how am I refusing to anything? I can literally, right here, call my lawyer right now. Right now. How you?
That's the main problem with Remy. That's why she on this shit right now. I see what Fred be really talking about. That's really why she on this shit right now. She ain't got no more motion. She got zero emotion. The boyfriend that she was with left her 2 months ago. That was her signee. She was moving around with as a battle rapper, trying to get him more money and more looks, and it didn't work out. On top of your other motion was you being with your husband, Papoose. Or should I say now, former husband.
How am I refusing to sign something? You don't even got a lawyer and retainer. Oh.
Because you don't have nothing on the radio. You don't have anything moving as far as you going to shows. Who is booking you for any performances? You are barely booked for appearances. You have no motion.
Oh, I just called my lawyer. I got a meeting with her on Saturday. What are y'all meeting for? Can I be there? And we can just have everything done? Mariah Lynn, shut the fuck up, you the realest. Shut up, because you be doing mad little oppie shit too. Don't start with me today. Yeah, you just caught a stray. The fuck? Like, what y'all talking about? Y'all talking about, y'all keep talking. I don't mess with people. I'm not going to be with anybody because of what they have. I like people because of how they treat me. Okay? And if I'm with somebody, they treat me great. Y'all don't know what a downgrade is. A downgrade. Why? Because somebody not on who y'all think. Because I know bitches that fuck with niggas that's billionaires, and the nigga won't buy him a cup of soup. Okay? So be careful what a downgrade is. And even if the money shit, like you can only when people talk about how much money they got and how rich they are, and this, I just be laughing. You could only fool broke people to think that you got more money than what you have. Because people who really got it be looking at you like, stop. Like, please. Just stop. Like, just stop. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, nobody's realer than me. Like, nobody. Even this right here. I'm looking, what is this? 4,300 people here? Because y'all want to hear what's going, like, this is not, shouldn't even have to be here. I literally was with the same person from when I was in my 20s, 24, met them. I'm not going to say the second that I met them, like that's what, but 25, 26, absolutely. I got married when I was 27 years old. Okay? If anybody ran into niggas the other day when they were sad, it was because it was my anniversary. And I was trying to get things out. I looked like, yo, could we not go into another year of this? Could you just... And it has nothing to do... Anybody's like, you could just... I can just go and be like, here. But you know what that is? Addresses become public information. Certain issues and shit that happens that becomes public information. Why? Like, I never thought in a million years, like, yo, all right, cool. Let's just say we do not be together one day. You the whole ops? Really? Really? I don't care. I don't care how old somebody is, 25, 35, 40. I don't care about none of that. None of that has anything to do with me. I just don't understand why when every time somebody has something to promote, talk about that. Talk about whatever your endeavor is that you have coming up.
Sounds jealous to me when you're saying it like that. Talk about whatever endeavor it is you have coming out. Sorry you don't have any motion.
It's so easy. It is so... The same publicist that y'all use to push stories out, that's the same publicist that before you walk into the room, you say, hey, anything about Ram, anything about this? I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. Since you don't want to really talk about anything, Ram, and you're talking in circles, someone else would like to speak their piece that hasn't been speaking their piece. And should have all along.
Right. Somebody said we stepped at the park. You said you was going there to put homie down. So I go in the spot. I'm walking through the spot. I don't see the lame. Everybody look like the lame to me. I go to where I got an idea where they at. When I walk in the room, they in there lovey-dovey. They in there all lovey-dovey. Mind you, she been lying, saying she ain't with the nigga. She don't deal with him. All this corny shit, right? I see the lame. Y'all already know. Went in his mouth. Off the muscle. What happened was, he thought I came to talk. He thought I was about to talk. Ain't none of that. We don't do that. Mom! Right in his mouth off the muscle. Whooped him out. Dead on his feet. Hit the floor like a sack of potatoes. I know. Everybody telling me I shouldn't talk about this, but this nigga's a lame. Do what you gotta do. He hit the floor like a sack of potatoes. Stomped him out and all that. Bad. Hole in my knuckle, everything. But like I told you, I didn't do that because he slept with my wife. I did that because you shook my hand and then slept with my wife. But the part I didn't tell y'all is, through this entire ordeal of her cheating with this lame, I started to notice that he had something on her. And I felt like he was blackmailing her. I always felt like he was blackmailing her. Just because the way she was moving and behaving. So I'm gonna play an audio for y'all of him basically, in his own words, admitting to blackmailing her. Listen to this. So this got sent to me because he's on the phone with one of his people running his mouth. They recorded it and sent it to me. But this is him on the phone. Let me just play it. Hold on. It's lame. Now, when I started to feel like he was blackmailing her, I brought it to her attention. I said, listen, is it because this dude got something over you? Like, what's going on? She's staying out on days my daughter got to go to school. She's, my daughter's calling. She's not answering the phone. I'm calling. She's not answering when she with this lane. Then she's with this lane for days at a time. It's like crackhead behavior. I'm like, yo, something is wrong. Are they using drugs or something? Like, what's going on with her in this lane? So I brought it to her attention. I said, yo, listen, if he's blackmailing you, if he's holding something over you, let me know. And we can handle that. We can handle that too. I brought that to her attention. But everything I'm telling y'all is not in order. It's just throughout the situation. So I bring it to her attention. I say, yo, let me know if this dude is blackmailing you. We can handle it. And she wouldn't say it. But then while she out with the lame and me and my daughter's home, because that's who was always with her every night while this was going on, she'd send me a random text. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know I'm a bad wife.
Now, with that being said, clearly, of course, he's not telling things in order. However, you can clearly see that this is what led up to him even creeping in to that event where he knocked out Easy the Block Captain. Now, shout out to MREC TV, that footage as well as that picture. For some reason, I can't necessarily find it. He had a skull mask on. The night that he actually knocked out Easy the Block Captain was rapping in the car with the skull mask on. And a lot of the subliminals in the freestyle was aimed straight at Easy from the beginning of the rap. I do remember that part. So, as he's describing this, you know, you have to also take in consideration this is a husband that felt very disrespected when he seen his wife hugged up with someone at an event and he's being told other things. Someone that was being very loyal and holding her down for years. Exactly. I'm a bad wife. He has the proof of those messages. He has the proof of the messages that she is the one that says she is the bad wife in this. And admitted it. So even with having the divorce papers that Pap now has proven that he's filed, yes, he's the one that's getting any type of money or alimony that's owed. He'll be getting all the alimony. If there's anything.
I still got all these texts. So I don't even know why she's doing this. Oh, I know I'm a bad wife. I'm so sorry. Just saying things like that. And I'm like, damn, this is not like her. So maybe this dude holding something on her. I'm going to play the recording right now. This is Delane saying that he's holding stuff over her head.
Yeah, wrong. So far, she's saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with that. But you're right, though. Anything can happen. Oh, that shit going to be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of her. That shit going to blow whenever I say it's going to go. I'm telling
Right there. Right there. Now, the crazy thing is, why is Easy always caught driving, talking on the phone? Why can't he ever shut the fuck up?
Oh, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of her. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about What I'm saying, that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you do all these shit.
Oh, let me play this again. Can y'all hear the audio? Let me play it again.
Yeah, man. So far, she's saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that. But you're right, though. Anything can happen. Oh, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about where I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you.
Now bear witness to this. You just heard this lame, who she was dealing with since 2022, say in his own voice, I got videos and pictures of us. That's going to go whenever I say so. I don't care if she go back to him. This cheating going to go when I say so. This is the same recording when he was up there clout chasing. Oh, I'm going to be on Love and Hip Hop. I'm going to get more followers. All of this foolishness, right? So y'all just heard the lame, the knockout victim, saying he got videos of her. But let's listen to her telling me that, oh, by the way, one of the reasons why she's so angry at me is because she says all of this is my fault. Y'all ready for this? Because I knocked him out. She said if I would have never knocked him out, she would have been stopped talking to him. She said the fact that I knocked him out, she had to keep talking to him because she didn't want him to expose things. I highly suspected that they was using drugs together. I heard someone say earlier while she was on live, are you high?
Now, did anyone else catch that while she was doing the live just now, that she might have been looking a little dusty? For all my inspector detectives on here, I know somebody know. I know somebody know. But the real reason, before Pap continues, the real reason she had to keep things going was not necessarily because, the knockout. She was a little cokey. Yeah, we're going to look at it again and analyze it. We're going to look at that again and analyze it. But one of the reasons why she had to keep it going was the night of, I should say.
Yo!
Your man said I was down.
You had a 20-minute round. All cheeks. They got a 20-minute round. All cheeks. Yo! Hey, this shit right here too real to be considered a rap round. I wrote this shit in the hood with sirens in the background. This nigga talk all that drug shit, but he don't even really know the stress. Seeing someone in your family that you love smoke crack to their closing breath. I mean, bro got so skinny right before he left, it wasn't no meat on his body, just bones and flesh. No fucking streets. One swing knocks you off your fucking feet. Yo, NDA should stand for nigga duck at least. Who he thought I was though? What? I'm sorry, Remy. I didn't want to do this. I'm so sorry. I love you. I didn't want to do this. I'm sorry, Remy. Nigga duck at least. What the fuck you think? What the fuck y'all think? I didn't have no conversations with Pap to make sure the shit that I'm saying is facts. I mean, needless to mention, Remy, he said he don't mind you calling him baby because the last time he seen him, he was in a fetal position. Hey, that nigga woke up like I ain't even see the bull. Hey, listen, I ain't even see the bull. Hey, I ain't even see the bull. Hey. Last time he saw him, he was in the fetal position. What you thought? Love and Hip Hop was gonna pick it up? Nigga who cheats with Remy Ma, get a couple of episodes, now you lit as fuck. Hey, give it up. Nigga, you are a clout chaser. That's greasy. Don't think I don't got them recordings where you said, oh, I don't want TMZ to get the narrative that Papoose knocked out easy. Believe me, everything you said on the recordings got me thinking about exposing you. But I'm too much of a real nigga to move how a hoe do. But play stupid. Keep having these niggas lie and play games and don't think I won't airdrop it to every nigga in the building and the blogger so they know it's true. I'm only gonna say some shit that you said. I'm gonna say some shit that you said, and you know that I said it, so you know it's true. I'm playing with you. No, I got this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing. Do it. Stop playing. Now ask yourself. Do it. He know what the fuck I said. Listen, ask this nigga, do he even deserve the type of mercy that I'm showing you? I had your back more than your bro them do. You on the recording talking about, I got caught lacking. Nigga, that's a sucker thought. You said you was on a ride with your nigga high saying, I'm sorry, E. You said, shut up, it ain't your fucking fault. I'm from the era where if I fought, then my brother fought. If a nigga around me, nigga, tell him yeah. That's why his shit's bored up, because it's true, it's hurting him. This shit hurting him. His soul. I got the recording, though. Your man gonna make me drop it. I'm a real nigga, I told you that. I'm not no fake nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now listen. Hey, listen. Hey, his mans was on the ride back like, I'm sorry, E. Cuz said, shut up, it ain't your fucking fault. I'm from the era where if you fought, then your brother fought. If a nigga's supposed to have your back, let you get knocked out, I don't want to talk. It wouldn't have been no ride back. Should have made him fucking walk. But you ain't no fucking boss. I'm actually disappointed in you because they thinking you letting this worker fuck a boss. I'm actually disappointed in her because she got niggas thinking she letting this worker fuck a boss. He barely get battle rap pussy. I'm not even sure he could fuck the boss. That's why when you ain't the only nigga.
Getting mad, yeah.
I'm actually, look at they face. Yeah, 3-0. I'm fucking playing. That's when it's over. I'm the best. Who also. Yeah, but he don't got hands or gun probably. So look, fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got no hands ain't no smart move. But if I was him, I would have been like Verb and Hitman and you would have been the one I talked to. Like, I don't give a fuck if you fucking this nigga, just tell him stop spewing the business. If niggas found out you was fucking the help, that could really ruin your image. We talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. Nigga, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. Nigga wouldn't even think that y'all marriages still had to go through them stages. Every interview, it was. Every interview, hold it down, he already dead. Hold it down. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how his woman the greatest. Nigga, he held you down in prison for 6 years. I know it was nice, he cried big tears. He stood by you by your biggest accomplishment, front row, giving you big tears. Now y'all got a beautiful baby girl who oh so amazing. He be damned if he lose you to this bozo with braces. Nigga, hey, the world ain't never supposed to know what you and me going through. Hey, the world ain't never supposed to know what you and me going through. But this nigga behind closed doors running his mouth like a hoe supposed to do. Got niggas making blogs and YouTubes, people arguing in the comments if those posts is true. Cause them TMZ and Shade Room outlets, they only know you. Listen, hey, they only know you. Them TMZ and Shade Room outlets.
So dumb.
They
so
only
dumb.
know you.
She looks so dumb.
Them TMZ and Shade Room outlets, they only know you. Listen, he took you out to the best foods. When you ain't feeling good, he put you back in the best moods. So he be damned to see you get stepped to by a nigga he socked out and stood over like a step stool. You think if he did...
This did not age well.
Should've fucked with me, I wouldn't have ran my mouth. Hey. I can't stop. No. Hey. He took you out to eat the best foods. When you ain't feeling good, he put you back in the best moods. Yeah, he knocked him out because he be damned to keep seeing you get stepped to by some nigga he socked out and stood over like a step stool. If you think he didn't love you, he would have put up with all of this shit. Yo, Papoose. Yes, sir. That's how you talk to your bitch, nigga.
Things were never the same. Things were just never the same.
Moves very strange. I seen a video where she looked outside herself. I'm not accusing her of anything. This is not my style. But the fact that you mentioned my children and fabricated all these stories about me, about this money, when I wrote 90% of your rhymes since I met you, I can type a word from any one of your verses for the past time I've been with you. I wrote like 3 songs on your first album. I can come in my email drafts right now, which has dates on them, y'all. 2016-14, and you can literally see her lyrics pop up. The whole rapper pop up. But let me say this, though. Let's get to this part right here. We just heard him admit that he's blackmailing her, right? Now, let's listen to her telling me that he's blackmailing her, that she would have been stopped talking to him. Since she want to get on here and fabricate and fake big this lame up. Have you noticed since I moved on, you never see her with the lame no more? She was sneaking around with him in restaurants. What he was at? Cheese Factory, matching outfits, losing the battle on stage, getting cooked by Geechee, getting cooked by Suge. This nigga get cooked every battle. I don't know what type of rapper is this dude, man. Never lost a battle in my life. But anyway, keep it moving. We don't care about that. She tried to make it about Clarissa. I just met Clarissa in July last year. I've been dealing with this with you since 2022. Clarissa has nothing to do with this. She's very angry because Clarissa is shining like the diamond she is. World-class champion, Olympic winner. She has nothing to do with this. Actually, Clarissa went on a Breakfast Club, did an interview, and said she don't have a problem with her. This, which aired yesterday. Yesterday morning, I wake up to a phone call of her being belligerent, being a narcissist, screaming on my phone, claiming that Clarissa disrespected her. How did she disrespect you? She said she don't have a problem with you. Then, in the process of that phone call, she asked me, so are you done with me? Are you done with me? I said, is that a question? Am I done with you? I said, she said, you moving forward with the divorce? I said, yes. My attorney, she want to fabricate these stories talking about not retaining an attorney. The last time I spoke to Rim, we said, listen. I spoke to my attorney. Saturday is the day that her schedule allows for me to come in. I had been interviewing different attorneys trying to pick the right one. I wanted to get a civilized divorce where we don't have to do none of this clown shit. She never wanted to do that. Just in recent time, she started to claim, when I say recent, I mean past few weeks, she started to claim that, she wanted to get the private divorce. So I said, okay, good. So when she called me the other day, tried to get back with me yesterday, and I declined because she was so mad about Clarissa, so angry because I finally moved on. She see us living our life. She talking about doing something for the gram or doing it for this and that. I'm living my life. I lived over there with you. I tolerated your foolishness, your cheating, and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Moving on along, I just played an audio to y'all of the lame admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm going to play an audio of her telling me that he's blackmailing her. Basically saying, but before I want to play the audio, I want to let y'all know that she's very angry at me because she says that if I would have never knocked him out, none of this would happen. So one of the reasons why she has so much animosity towards me is because I knocked him out. I'm letting y'all know that right now. That's one. I'm going to tell y'all the other two later. Oh, it gets worse. Hold on. You want to be funny? I could be funny too. But I'm going to be funny with the truth. You lie, you lie, and you lie. You had the audacity to come on here and make up a fake story and say, oh, my mother called me. And how L ever said, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. First and foremost, you talking about your mother called you about a YouTube video that everybody know they make fake videos on YouTube. Remy's in the hospital, Papoose this, that, person that. Those, we all know those is fake. You just mad because you see us moving on in our life, right? You want to fabricate a story about, and I still say my mother-in-law because me and her had a tight relationship like that. And I would never say anything to disrespect her or anybody in the entire family. You lied and said, I said, go get your brothers. That's cap. Everybody know I'm close. I'm more close to them and show them more love and support than you do. But let's keep it moving. So we already played the audio of the lame, the knockout victim, soft, didn't even fight back. That's what made me mad. I would have just clipped him and kept it pushing. But the fact that I seen that the nigga was soft when I ran down on him, I said, damn, this nigga be talking all this gangster shit and he ain't even gonna fight back. Nigga was like a deer in headlights. But that's another story. Knocked him out. It's no mystery. Had to get a tetanus shot, knocked his tooth out and all that. Hole in my hand, the whole shit. But let me show y'all the audio of her. Check this out. I want y'all to listen to this. Can y'all hear me? Should I play the lame first? Should I play the lame saying that he the knockout victim saying that he's blackmailing her? Let me play her admitting it. But she's angry at me because I knocked him out, y'all. Glass Joe, y'all. We call him Glass Joe.
Glass Joe is a crazy name for him. And yo, I definitely believe that Pat wrote majority of Remy's shit, especially when she got out of jail, because she probably didn't have it all together like that. Number one. Number two, she ain't been having the that she used to have. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had a dog in her since she got out of jail either. She ain't been rappity rap Rem. She been laid back Rem. If she did have the dog in her still, we would hear more records from Rem. We just haven't heard nothing from her. That's what Pap is trying to also say. Okay? Yeah, everyone knows Pun wrote for Remy. Well, I would definitely say that there was a time where Pun wrote for Joe. I don't necessarily want to say Remy. Definitely wrote for Joe. Joe has admitted that. But not necessarily Remy. She wrote her Annie Up verse. Many people have also said that she wrote her own Annie Up verse. And actually, as to my knowledge, a lot of people said that she didn't even have that written down. That was just straight freestyle. Because the word was she had just came home from she had actually just came home from jail when she did that. Not the second time with the gun charge. The first time. Something had happened and she just came home and she just did that. She just went and did a freestyle and did that. From what I remember. Yeah, that verse is still legendary. That verse is still legendary, but where it is, she actually just freestyled that. That wasn't anything that she even wrote down or had written down.
Check it out, but listen to her. I want y'all to bear witness to this because out of the whole situation, this was one of the parts that really bothered me. So that's why I reached out to certain fake friends who I thought would be real, like they say they are, and step up. I try to bring it to their attention. Yo, I think she being blackmailed. Do me a favor. Just reach out to her. Don't tell her you spoke to me. I just want to know she's okay. She hasn't seen the baby in days. So I said, damn. See if y'all can reach out. And I don't want to involve nobody in this because this don't got nothing to do with them and they don't owe me nothing. But when you say you family, you got to live. That's an action. You know what I'm saying? You got to live up to that. But that's neither here nor there. So we played the audio of him admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm going to play the audio. Listen to what she said. And I want y'all to know that this is my ex-wife. We're not married anymore. But at the time, as a married man, I wanted to protect her from being blackmailed. So I told her, if this is going on, let me know. Whatever he's blackmailing you, I'll handle that, and we'll get past it as a family. But she lies so much, you don't know what to believe. So I'm like, damn, is he blackmailing her or not? But I want y'all to hear this. Listen to this.
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back, and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by team tackles and team fuck this nigga.
Team fuck this nigga. That's your name, babe, bro. Your name is Team fuck this nigga. Hold on, let's play this again.
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back, and I'm not getting dragged on both sides. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
I would have been stopped talking with this nigga. So she's mad at me because I knocked him out. So she's telling me that I knocked him out. I put her in a position where she still had to be cool with him. But she tell y'all on live, oh, he's this. Oh, yeah. A man that treat me right. A man that did this and did that. You just said the other day you don't even deal with this lame no more. So we got one audio of him saying that he's blackmailing her. For all of y'all who didn't hear it, we got an audio of the lame admitting to blackmailing this woman. Listen to this.
Yeah, man. So far as she's saying she fuck with me, I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that. But you're right.
Hold on. Let me get to the beginning of this thing again. Let me make sure I get it from the right part, y'all. Bear with me, man. Some bullshit audio. Hold on. Hold on, let me get this right. We're gonna get to it. So we playing the audio, y'all, of the lame admitting to blackmailing her. He's admitting it.
Yeah, man. So far as she's saying she fuck with me,
Hold on.
I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that.
Hey, room out.
You're right, though. Anything happen? Oh, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about where I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you do all these shit.
All right, so y'all heard that. And again, we're gonna play her basically saying she's been blackmailed. That's what it sounds like to me. What y'all think?
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back, and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by team tackles and team fuck this nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true. I would have been stopped talking to this nigga. So you telling me you got a lame running around here bragging, oh, I'm fucking this wife, oh, the whole shit, right? You got a lame who came in front of me, shook my hand, and which is total disrespect as a man. You sleep with my wife, it is what it is. She chose that. She's in the dope. That's not why I knocked you out. I knocked you out because you shook my hand. But he's on audio saying blackmailing you. So which one is it? Which one is it? You've told me numerous times you don't deal with him no more. You want to go on Instagram and say you with your child every day. No, you're not. You just started being with the baby after I left. Once I left, you started trying to prove to me that you're with the baby and you're doing the right thing. You're doing things that I've always wanted you to do. You just called me the other day and said happy anniversary. I didn't even say it back to you, Rem. I didn't say it back to you. You know why? Because when our 15th year anniversary came, which was a milestone, we were supposed to have the whole thing that we did in the 10 year. You didn't want to acknowledge it properly because you was too busy running around doing what you was doing. Now I'm in a space where I moved on. So for a person who got all these lies to say about me, why is it that you try to call me the other day and say happy anniversary? Why is it that when I went to pick my daughter up, you asking me for gifts and things like that? Why is it? Because you're a narcissist. And in the process of you being a narcissist, anything you can't control, You're mad. But you lost the remote. So you know when somebody loses the remote, they go frantic. See, but what you didn't understand was my loyalty was because I said wedding vows before God, better for worse, richer for poor, sickness and health, death to us part. And I lived that out. I did nothing but take care of you. Every utility in that house to this day right now is under my name. The alarm company called me today. You talking all this money talk, you just paid a cable bill probably within the last 2 weeks out of my account. I had to bail you out of jail when you caught your case. When you had to pay the civil case. And we backtracked it. Who account did that come from? Me. You didn't have a dime. Slay warned me. May he rest in peace. He warned me. He warned me. So when you say malicious things about him, now that he's deceased, I know why. Because he know the truth. So all of this money talk that you're talking, you're a liar. All you do is lie, very bipolar. Say something 1 minute and she'll say 5 minutes later that she never said it. She will say she never said it. Right now on my phone, and like I told you, I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote for her, I never wanted one penny. I never put my name on a credit. I never did anything. When people said, we know Pat writing that. Oh, you want to go in here and say, oh, I was making music before him. You was. That's why when I started writing it, they saw the difference. You want to talk down upon me. You want to try to assassinate my character. But in actuality, there are people who interact with us. Anybody who ever been around her and never been around me, please step to the front. Am I respectful? Am I considerate? I come from a very big family. I'm very loved. I'm very loved, inside and outside. And guess what? Your family love you too. But you don't love them. You're very cruel to people because you're a narcissist. And you know what? It hurts me that I got to even say this about you, that I got to even come on this live and do this. But the fact that you tried to mention my children, the fact that you had the audacity to come on here and say, I haven't seen my daughter, when you didn't allow me to see my daughter. December 14th, when we gave my daughter a birthday party, you came to my attention. We spoke about the party. I said, how much is the party? You told me the amount of the party. You put up your half of the money for the party. I put up my money for my daughter's party. When my daughter's party took place, you had the audacity to send me a text and tell me not to come to my child's party. Why did you do that? Because I moved on and I wasn't sitting in the house watching my daughter while you run around with this lame, come home to me and say you wasn't with him. Why would you be with him? He's so beneath you. When I noticed that you was probably getting blackmailed because you're such a liar, I tried to protect you like I always protected you. You want to make it, you want to go on the gram, you want to play games about me knocking him out, that's a small thing. That wasn't the first time you saw me in action. But you know what? Like I said earlier, there's 3 reasons why she started to have so much animosity towards me. One was because I knocked him out. And it wasn't because she cared about his well-being. It was because she had been, as a celebrity, as a famous person who could be a role model if she wanted to, she has been behaving in a very, should I say promiscuous? Should I say promiscuous? She has been behaving in a very not too respectful way. And it's been right under the nose of the entire industry and everybody. And people allow it because some of them are groupies. Some of them are clout chasers. Some people, you know, they know the truth, but they act like it's not happening. By me knocking him out, it kind of put it out there, what's really going on. Also, she tried to fool y'all and say, what person would be in a marriage with a loving husband, being taken care of, bills paid, and cheat? You know what person would do that? You. Everything would be fine, and you would still violate. Because you know why? You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. That's one of the main problems with you.
And the crazy thing is, Black, as he said in his post, which I'm going to show in a second, They have a daughter that goes to school. They have children that go to school that, are raised in a social media era that unfortunately have to deal with this being in the atmosphere on the internet. Can't help but being talked about in the school.
I could sit up here and run through your body count, but that's not what I'm going to do, because I'm not here to tear you down, and I'm not here to disrespect you. I'm not here to do that. But the fact that you mentioned my children and you fabricated after you have already been documented and recorded telling the truth about how I supported you when you was away. Telling the truth about our entire time together. But it wasn't good enough for you to move on and be an adult after you cheated. And I gave you numerous opportunities to stop the cheating. We went to a therapist. Why come on here and lie and say we haven't slept together since 2022? Why come on here and make it seem like that's true? We never had an agreement. Oh, you be with who you be with and I be with. We never had an agreement. All we had was you lying, saying that you're not with him. Why would you deal with him? That's all we had. And when I found out the truth that you were with him, you said, let's go to therapy. And I agreed. Then we made an agreement with the therapist. You violated the agreement again. So when I caught him, I knocked him out. Wherever I would have saw him at, I would have knocked him out. You so mad at me because I knocked him out at your event. Anywhere I saw him at, he was getting put down. And I told you this. I still got the messages telling you this. So all of this fabrication, all of these stories about me, my children, all of these stories about money. I paid every bill in that household. I did nothing but buy you gifts. It's photos and everything of it. It's all on my page. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. They hiding from something. It's still there. Me buying her gifts. All that materialistic. If you notice, her entire thing was about materialism. Just fabricating. She just recently told me she don't got no money. So what you talking this money talk? Hey, this is what I got in my account. Let's keep it a buck. So you want to fabricate these stories. I don't have to fabricate to impress anybody. Everybody knows I'm a hard worker. Everybody know I came from the bottom.
He does have a point, though. Never trust a celebrity that erases everything. They're hiding something.
Everybody know I went from artist, transition to executive. All of the times y'all see me support this woman, any song, any video she dropped, show me one post of her saying, subscribe to TuneCore. Show me one. Just show me one. Show me one, guys. When I drop the album every month, every single month, as the year progressed, the producers and the artists grew higher and higher and higher. By the time I got to the end of the year and I caught that feature with Lil Wayne, she ain't come home no more. She started staying out. There's people
I still would have loved to seen an album with those two.
Very close to you. When you did that, they said, Pat, we know her for a long time. Don't pay her no mind. She's only doing that to throw you off of your grind. She see you finally about to be successful again, bro. It's been a long time. You deserve it. You know what she did?
He caught himself because he started freestyling like a motherfucker just now. You heard him?
Staying out, not coming home. So I could go on and on about her. She could fabricate any lie she want about me. Any lie she want to fabricate, she could fabricate. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you come around me and you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. So all of this money talk on that aspect, that's cap. Talk about me buying you gifts. You try to say in the past, oh, he don't buy gifts. That's documented. You walk around with thousands.
If he was to write a diss song, it would be one hell of a diss song because he got facts upon facts. He freestyling bars right now without even trying to. That's the crazy part. And you just heard the confirmation of how many songs he done wrote for her.
And thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. We bought it together. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. But like I said earlier, the fact that you chose to mention my kids, that's why I responded on this video. As far as the divorce, like I said, she never wanted to get a divorce. She never wanted a divorce, that's correct. And she didn't want to do it peacefully, like two adults, because the attorneys brought to my attention, if you guys agree, the divorce could be private. But if you don't agree, it gets messy. I brought that to her attention. She never wanted to do it. Just recent, and I say within the past few weeks, she's been saying that she wanted to do it civilized way. So we had a plan. She said she wanted to go to a mediator.
I mean, the only record I know is Conceited. I mean, if he's talking about the Enya verse, maybe that's it. But the only other thing I could think of is Conceited. She ain't got anything else.
She wanted to go to a mediator. She wanted to work it out. She even tried to tell me, like I told you yesterday, she started asking me, are you done with me? Are you done with me? I said, is that even a question?
That's why I said Remy ain't got no damn shows. She ain't got nothing to sing at the damn show.
I'm going forward with the divorce, yes. Now, I wake up to this morning. Very strange. So, what I'm saying to y'all is, the reason why this is happening because you mentioned my children and you lied. You cheated with this lame since 2022. You cheated with numerous others before that. And you know it's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. But that's neither here nor there. That's not why I came here. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated. You fabricated and you talked about my children. And as a father, I was not going to allow that. I've allowed you to do what you've been doing all of this time, and I said nothing. I said nothing. She got mad at me because I went live and said I didn't knock this lame out. Oh, it's not just the two. I said, Rem, whatever I got to do to assist you, I'm going to do it. Oh, no, but it's not just us. What the hell you mean it's not just us? Who is this nigga? Very bitter because I moved on, because I finally moved on. I got tired of sitting there, tolerating it. And I was there for my daughter, but I started to realize that my daughter didn't need to see me like that. She didn't need to see her father when she got to come in another room to visit me now, when we all used to sleep together as a family. I started to realize that. I said, you know what? I would rather her see me how she's supposed to see her dad, on his feet, doing the right thing. Not sitting in here tolerating somebody who constantly stabbing me in my back. So I decided to move on. And as far as the divorce, the reason why I filed today was because, like I said, me and her just spoke. And I told her, I'm going to go Saturday and speak to my attorney. After I speak, I'll be ready to do the mediation, you know what I'm saying? Or for the mediator. But since she's so upset, because if you pay attention, Clarissa has a fight coming up. Clarissa's out here shining like the diamond she is, and she's mad. She's bitter that I moved on. So she wanted to go on social media today and fabricate. You come on the live talking about, oh, my mother went on YouTube and she said, are you in the hospital? Dumb fake hospital videos is old as hell. You just wanted an excuse to come up here and be malicious and make up lies. Let's keep it up. That was pathetic. Then she on the live talking about, pay attention, y'all. Go back to the live and watch this. Oh, don't call me. No, y'all, don't call me. What Ed Lover say? Come on, son. Come on, son. Nobody was calling you. Nobody was calling you. picked up the phone and said, no, don't call me. Oh, I thought you was calling me about that. They didn't even know she was live, y'all. Your bullshit and your tactics is not relevant. If you look at Cardi B video, when she went when she was talking, I think she went live about her husband or whatever, because I don't want to get in their business. But during her video, she was like, nobody call me. Nobody call me. You up here, and you want to imitate that, man. You're not Cardi B, man. Let's keep it a buck. This is how phony you is. Yes, she did. She on the live saying, oh, don't call me, no. But she picked up the phone. Oh, I thought she was calling me about that. Nobody was calling me about that. They didn't care. Nobody cared about that. But this is the fabrication and the fakeness. This is the fakeness. You just needed an excuse to do that. You've been telling me for the longest, when I knocked them out, oh, I'm gonna make you lose your job. That's the first thing that came out of mouth. Like I said earlier, never supported it. All the support y'all seen. And mind you, I don't want y'all to take my word for this. It speaks for itself. So document it. Never let these celebrities who you support spend money on, follow their journey, open their mouth when something bad happens to tell you. You don't know me. You don't know my real life. Yes, they do. I documented when my child was born in front of them. I documented the wedding. I documented visiting you. So these people been following our journey for a long time. They say that because they don't want you to believe your eyes. Y'all seen it, y'all. Everything y'all seen was true. Y'all seen the entire journey of us. And throughout that journey, what did y'all say? What did y'all notice? Y'all seen support.
Not just in Pap. He's turned over in his grave at Remy. Remy and Pap. These are two people that he watched and sat. He basically saw these two sit on the couch together in love. He watched this come together. He is probably turning in his grave right now. Rest in peace to DJ K-Slay. But he is definitely turning in his grave watching this shit unfold on social media of all things.
Y'all seen loyalty. Y'all seen authenticity. Y'all seen my daughter be born. I welcomed y'all into the delivery room. It was all documented. Now you want to lie to these people and rewrite history and say, he didn't support me, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. You're a damn liar. I had to pack up the house that you was renting when you caught the case and put everything in storage. I had to fly everybody up. I had to relocate and get a condo close to the prison so I could visit you. I went and visited you every day for a year straight because I knew you needed me. I knew you needed me. And now you want to come in front of these people and change that and change the facts of what happened?
You see how he damn near wanted to tell when he said that? Because even she know that's true. The years that he held her down, that's fucked up that she would even say that she was at peace more than she has ever been in her life after post him. That's crazy to say.
Really? Why? Because I wouldn't lie and say I didn't knock some lame out who deserved it? You don't shake no man's hand and sleep with his wife. When you had to pay the civil suit, I paid that. I left from overseas. I had another show. I was on tour. I skipped out of my show, flew back here. They said, Pat, what you doing? You got another engagement. You're contracted to do this. I said, I gotta go, man. Rem need me. Anybody who was on tour with me, please step to the front. I flew back and bailed you out. I flew back and bailed you out. Because that's what real people do. I don't want to bring people names in it, but another individual put up the house, I put up the cash. Because you needed it. And you know another reason why I had to bail you out, because you didn't have the money. You didn't have the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to bring Joe in a minute. I'm not even going to bring them in it. But y'all relationship wasn't what it was at the time. You burnt all your bridges. I was wondering at the time, damn, why nobody rock with her? Why nobody supporting her? Why everybody turning their back? Because you burn your bridges. That's why I should have knew. That was a flag. That was a red flag. Your family love you. I tell you all the time. But do you love them back? Who do you love? Who do you love? You got a problem with everybody. Ever since Cam left Juju, she been the bitter best friend. putting bad ideas, bad concepts, bad advice in your ear. Let's keep it real. See what I'm saying? This is what I didn't want to do, man. Because to me, this ain't what it is. But the fact that you mentioned my children, I cannot let that ride. Because I stand on that. You want to fabricate stories like I ain't bring you 35, I'm sorry, pardon me, y'all, 30 to 31 pounds of food every month. For the entire 6 years you was incarcerated. You want to fabricate stories like I didn't come to reconcile with my mother and your mother, who are two great, amazing women. Both of them love their families, take care of their families. Like we didn't know come there so we could have a wedding. When that whole key situation transpired, like I didn't go through that storm with you. Like I wasn't in the courtroom fighting officers over your situation. So, you know, you're very ungrateful. And it's sad to say, I don't want to disrespect you as a woman, but you're a narcissist. I wish I didn't have to come on this live and do this, but I had to do it. I had to do it. Everything, as far as my clothes, guess what, y'all? When I left, I didn't want nothing. I didn't care about the clothes. I said, I don't care about nothing. Get your clothes, bro. I said, nah. I don't. Rapper. I did not want it. I didn't want no clothes. Keep it. Keep it. I just needed to leave, man. Because like I said, I didn't want my... When I get off live, I'll call you back.
Well, apparently his audio got cut because the person kept calling, so he couldn't necessarily finish what he was gonna say. So we're gonna move on from that, of course. But yeah, in the show once again, the divorce papers. That did say I was gonna show that. These are the divorce papers that Pap had actually filed. Just to let people know that he was very serious, because she kept saying that, you know, ain't nobody keeping nobody, this, that, and the third, right? So he's like, all right, fine. You ain't keeping me? Siamese. Says, good afternoon, Shimeli. I guess that's I don't know how you spell her name or pronounce it. Spell her name. I don't know how you pronounce it. I got Shimeli, Shamel. Please see the confirmation email below, confirming that we have filed the complaint for divorce. When we receive the official docket number from the court, I will forward the same to you, and we will be able to serve through official channels. If you need anything further, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you, very truly yours. Pat wrote 2 days ago, this was easy to file divorce. This was so easy to file for divorce. Why hasn't she done it? Pump faking. The only reason I haven't filed previously is for the sake of my daughter. She has to go to school. When two individuals behave like civilized adults, you can get a divorce peacefully, privately, and that was my intentions. But when a person wants to be bitter and clout chase, it turns into a circus, which can lead to an embarrassment for my child. You just lied for an hour straight, but actions speak louder than lies. You just called me yesterday trying to get back with me, and I said no. Wow. You just called me yesterday trying to get back with me, and I said no. Yesterday. He emphasized that part. This is crazy. This is crazy. So crazy. And then of course Remy made a post that day, but I should say yesterday. If you just turned 30 and allegedly just met someone 8 months ago that is 47 years old that I knew since you were 10 and was married to them since you were 13, and he has 4 biological children, one age 28, but we'll be 20, but we'll be 29, one age 25, another one age 24, but will soon be 25, a 6-year-old baby, and currently promising you a newborn while finally agreeing to divorce 18 hours, 54 minutes, and 3 seconds ago. Please refrain from speaking. Which she was clearly talking to Clarissa saying all that, right? Because Pat was trying to give her a baby. Remy goes, or should say, Clarissa says, Remy Ma, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. Yes, we're going to have a family. Yes, we're happy, and yes, you still invited to the barbecues and cookouts, long as you have a good attitude. Leave me and Pap alone. Nobody worried about you. July 26th is our only focus. And ain't nobody scared of you. Either sign them divorce papers Pap filed yesterday, miss. No, nobody's scared of you either. Sign the divorce papers Pat filed yesterday. I know that's right, Clarissa. She said, I ain't with this bullshit. Sign them damn divorce papers. I ain't trying to hear it. Rightfully so. Rightfully said. Rightfully said. Rightfully said, though. I can't believe this, though. Yeah, he did make a wild upgrade. No, the Nasrima Dream did not come out. In fact, Pap even talked about that when people realized that it hadn't come out. He said the Nasrima Dream was always, the crazy thing is, full circle with him saying the word pump fake. The Nasrima Dream was never intended to come out, he said. The whole thing was, it was, of course, it was the American Dream spelled backwards. But the whole thing was he had already lived out becoming the American Dream. So he felt that the album didn't even need to even come out. He pretty much just he did a Ponzi scheme without saying that it was a Ponzi scheme. He pretty much got the album deal without actually releasing an album. He pretty much just pump faked the labels saying that he was going to release an album. He never actually released the album. He just kept the money, which of course that's the thing with the advance. You just keep the money. Of course you owe it back later in taxes, yada yada yada. But he pretty much fucked the labels that had gave him the money. I think it was you mentioned it earlier, the 1.5 million. He got 1.5 million, ended up just keeping the 1.5 million, didn't have to pay that shit back. It was for the album, but he never delivered the actual album on purpose. So that's why the Nasrima Dream never even came out. Yeah, I think she's gonna pack out Lonnie Daniels too. I think she's gonna pack out Lonnie Daniels for sure. Definitely for sure. Alright, so we got some Diddy updates. Diddy updates.
Rapper Kid Cudi leaves federal court after taking the stand at Sean Diddy Combs' racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking trial, and tells the
wildest part, because now we getting down to the nitty gritty of the witnesses that's going to be really, pretty much, they are trying to bury him now. That's what I said, you thought Cassie was going to be something. We ain't even touched the tip of this big ass iceberg. We got some people to talk to. Kid Cudi is one of them because his car supposedly got blown up. We need to verify that his car was blown up and all the other crazy shit that Mr. Combs possibly alleged for, or should I say accused of. All these allegations. We need to talk to Mr. Cudi. So, It said that he was one of the most explosive ones recently. That's why I didn't really care for, not saying I didn't care for them, but didn't necessarily care to read Cassie's mom and whatnot. I know they had a little story about Diddy possibly extorting her and whatnot. That's just what Diddy do. That's little basic shit. Okay, it's not the shit that we already have talked about that he's capable of doing. Abundance, what's going on? What's going on? It's shit that we already know that he's capable of doing. The little shit like that. And even the shit that he was talking about with the assistant. Like I said, we already know about that. I was waiting for actual celebrities like Cudi. Like, there's another witness that actually testified recently that I don't think a lot of people realize was going to testify. That's going to hurt.
Jury about his Porsche being torched while he was dating Cassie.
This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me.
I look at 9 moments from the rapper's testimony and what had the courtroom laughing. Racketeering conspiracy charge, or RICO. He's accused of using his businesses to carry out and cover up crimes. And Kid Cudi, the government alleges, is the victim of one of those crimes, specifically arson. Combs, for his part, has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges, and he maintains his relationship with ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura was one that involved domestic violence, but not sex trafficking. And Cassie is the connection between Combs and Kid Cudi. Back in 2011, Kid Cudi, or Scott Mescudi, testified that he and Cassie were dating. He believed that she was broken up with Sean Combs at the time, but that may not have been completely true. Kid Cudi took the stand wearing jeans, a leather jacket, and a white shirt, and he told the jury about that night in December 2011 when Cassie called him very upset. Mescudi testified, "Well, I got a call from Cassie around 5:30 or 6 a.m., and she told me that Sean Combs had found out about us. I was really confused, but she asked me to pick her up. She sounded really stressed on the phone, nervous, scared, so I went to go pick her up, and yeah." Mescudi went on to explain why he was confused. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked, "You testified that Ms. Ventura told you Mr. Combs found out about us. What was your understanding of what Mr. Combs had found out?" Mescudi answered that me and her were dating. Johnson asked, "And you also testified that you were confused when you heard that?" Mescudi answered yes. Johnson asked, "Why were you confused?" Mescudi answered, "Because I didn't think she was dealing with him." Johnson asked, "And you mentioned that you went to pick her up. Is that right?" Mescudi answered, yes. Mescudi testified that he drove Ventura to a hotel in Los Angeles about 15 minutes from his home. Then he got a call from a woman who was a friend of Cassie's and an assistant of Sean Combs. Her name was Capricorn Clark. Clark said that Sean Combs and an affiliate were in my house and she was in a car. She was forced to go along with them over there. Johnson asked, "And what, if anything, did Ms. Capricorn say about where she was at the moment?" Mescudi said, "She was in a car outside of my house waiting for them." Johnson asked, "And what, if anything, did Capricorn say about where Mr. Combs was at that moment?" Attorney Brian Steele objected and it was overruled. Mescudi testified, "In my house." Johnson asked, "After you spoke to Capricorn, what did you do next?" Mescudi answered, "I got in my car and went to my house." Johnson asked, "That phone call?" "No." Johnson followed up, "Did anyone go with you when you went to your house after that phone call?" Mescudi answered, "No." Mescudi said he drove to his house. It was a 15-minute drive or so from the hotel, as I mentioned, where he was with Cassie. And on the way, he called Sean Combs. He had his number from years ago. He described what he said to Sean Combs. Mescudi testified, "I'm going to be very candid. I said, 'Mother effer, you in my house?' And he was like, 'What's up?' I was like, 'Mother effer, are you in my house?' And he said, 'I just want to talk to you.' I was like, 'I am on my way over right now.' He was like, 'I'm here.'" Mescudi said that Combs' voice was calm. He drove to his house, which he said had security cameras, but they weren't working that night. When he arrived, Mescudi said the cameras appeared as if they had been moved to the side. Mescudi said, "Some gifts that I bought for my family were opened, some stuff I got from Chanel, and then my dog was locked up in my bathroom."
Want to know one thing real quick, right? So understand this. Capricorn Clark is definitely going to be testifying. I think Capricorn Clark needs to be subpoenaed if she hasn't been already to testify. With the amount of things that she's actually in, I should say the amount of cases that she's in, from Cuddy's to Don's to Cassie's in general, her being around, his being his assistant, her having her own dealings and being threatened herself, I think she needs to testify for real. Yes, Puff is definitely a weirdo. Cuddy is definitely a civilian. I definitely will say that. He's not a rat. He's definitely not a rat whatsoever. He's just a civilian. And this is what he should be doing. He should be testifying as well. That something happened to him and his car got blown up and he almost died. He definitely should be testifying, okay? The other thing with that is, listen, Capricorn Clark being mentioned. Oh, no. I hate the fact that they keep calling him Miss Cuddy. Just call him Kid Cudi. But I get that that's his actual name is Miss Cuddy. Capricorn Clark, like I said, should be testifying. The fact that she keeps getting mentioned as much as she is. Kid Cudi is a very, very important part of the case right now because this is part of their proving his mental state as far as how he's conducting the how he's conducting a criminal organization as he's being accused of, how he threatens people, how he has a narcissistic behavior that is very, I guess, you say very threatening and could kill someone.
Our content shows just how important personal safety is, and that is especially true with spam now. And when you learned that your car had caught on fire, Muscati answered yes. Johnson asked, "How did you learn that your car caught fire?" Muscati answered, "My dog's babysitter called me in the morning." Now keep in mind, it's 6:30 or 7 in the morning. The questioning continued. Johnson asked, "What was your understanding of where your dog's babysitter was located when she called you?" Muscati said, "At my house." Johnson asked, "Was it your understanding that your dog's babysitter was telling you what was happening in real time?" Muscati answered, "Yes." Johnson asked, "And what did your dog's babysitter say to you about what she saw?" Muscati answered, "She told me my car was on fire." Johnson asked, "Was anyone else present at your house at the time?" Muscati said, "No." Johnson asked, "Where were you?" Muscati said, "I was at my ex-girlfriend's sister's house." Johnson asked, "Approximately how far away from your house were you?" Muscati answered, "Like 45 minutes or something like that." Johnson asked, "Where was your car at the time your babysitter called?" Muscati said, "In the driveway." Muscati said his friend Chip took photos of the Porsche as he drove back to his house. The photos show a hole in the top of the Porsche. There's also damage to the driver's seat from where the Molotov cocktail left burn marks, and there's damage to the door. The car was so badly damaged, Muscati said it couldn't be repaired. When he arrived at his house, he said the bottle from the Molotov cocktail was on the ground. It had been in the driver's seat. When asked his reaction to his car being torched, it was very simple. Muscati said, he said, "What the F word?" Muscati said,
I bet. That would have been my exact reaction. What the fuck? It sounds like something out of an episode of a Casino.
The cops were at his house and he filed a police report, and it was his understanding this was no accident. A couple of days later, Muscati said he had his manager set up a meeting with Combs through his head of security, D-Rock, at the Soho house. Muscati testified.
The movie, you know what I mean, though. Bucky, what's going on?
I walked in and
Now, just because he took the stand does not mean he's a rat. This is him being subpoenaed to come to testify. They already know this actually happened. From footage and people actually saying, close to him, that it happened. He can't lie up there and say, "No, Buffy didn't blow up my car. My car got blown up."
I met D-Rock. He was escorting me into the room, and then I got to the room. It was one wall was all windows, and Sean Combs was standing there staring out the window with his hands behind his back like a Marvel supervillain. Yeah, it was just me and him in the room. No security, Nobody. Muscati said, we discussed, pretty much the whole story about how me and Cassie first started to date to what it was to how it ended. And his whole point was, we were homies, that was my girl. I let him know that, she told me they were broken up and I took her word for it. Yeah. Johnson asked, what was Mr. Combs' demeanor during this meeting? Muscati said, very calm. He kept offering me water. He offered me water twice. Johnson asked, what was your reaction to his demeanor? Muscati said it was very off-putting. It was weird that he was so calm. Muscati said Cassie then showed up, and he testified he was upset to find out that she had gone back to Sean Combs. He told the jury, quote, she pretty much kind of explained that we fell in love and things just happened and, Muscati testified, yeah, we stood up, shook hands, and as I was shaking his hand, I said, what are we going to do about my car? I made sure to ask him right when our hands were clasped together, where he couldn't run away and I could look at him square in his eyes. And he looked right back at me, very cold stare, and said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay. I took my hand from his and he said, wait, I thought we were cool. Is there a problem? I was like, you said you didn't burn my car, right? You said that's your word. He said, yeah. I was like, that's it. When asked, again, Muscati said Combs' tone of voice was very calm. And after that day, there were no more break-ins at his home and no more car fires. A couple of years later, Muscati said he saw Combs at the Soho house again, this time with his daughter. He said Combs said, man, I just want to apologize for everything and all of the BS. There were no more conflicts with Sean Combs, and Muscati said he made peace with it. Then came the cross-examination by attorney Brian Steele, who represented Young Thug. Steele set out to score some points, and he did. Steele questioned Muscati about whether he knew that fingerprints and DNA samples were taken from his Porsche back in 2012. Muscati said he called police about the incident a few times, but was not aware that DNA from the car came back as a female sample. Steele also pointed out that there were no sightings of Sean Combs around Muscati's property. Then the conversation turned to Cassie Ventura. Muscati confirmed that Cassie ended their relationship in January of 2012, and he was confused because they had been talking and seeing each other for about a year. And he said at that time he wasn't aware that Cassie was seeing Sean Combs at the same time. Steele asked, Ms. Ventura was not frank with you, true? Muscati answered, true. Steele asked, she played you. That was your words, right? Muscati said yes. Steele asked, you had no clue. When she played you, she was convincing about that, right? Muscati said, no clue. Steele asked, you were with her a lot, right? Muscati said, mm-hmm. Steele asked, true? Muscati said yes. Steele then pointed out that Sean Combs actually asked Muscati in 2011 to do a song with Cassie Ventura. That was how the two met. Steele asked, you were in a studio doing your art with Ms. Ventura, that true? Muscati said yes. Steele asked, and that's how you guys really became close, right?
Now, as he's saying, as they explain that, right? Let me also say this too, right? Sorry, I had to munch on some pizza real quick. Let me also say this. In regards to him being a rat, quote unquote, right? Let me ask you this. Somebody blow your car. Let me ask you this, Bucky. Say your ex blow your car up. Right? You walk outside, you see her with a Molotov cocktail. You say, hey, what the fuck? She throws the Molotov cocktail at your head. Hey, I blew up your car. Psh, throws a Molotov cocktail at you and the car that's just blown up. When the police get there, who are you going to say blew up this Porsche? I will hope you would not say, I don't know. Better yet, when the insurance company for Porsche calls, which I just Googled it, they have premium rates between $3,900 and $5,200. When the insurance company call you, I would hope you would say you know exactly who blew up your car, because I know one thing. I know one thing. I am letting them know exactly if they stood in front of me with a Molotov cocktail and threw it at me with my car blown up and says, I'll blow up your car. I know who I'm saying blew up my goddamn car. I'm not telling you, I don't know. When I witnessed you blow up my car. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I am not ever going to make that mistake. Like I said, when insurance company call, I know exactly who blew up the car. It was not my fault. Officer, yes, they are standing right there with the burnt hand from where they threw the Molotov cocktail at me. Yes. Yeah, and I will come to court. She threw the Molotov at me, and my car blew up. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Muscati said, "We were cool before." Muscati asked, "And this didn't hurt your relationship, right? It was nice. You enjoyed the time with her, true?" Muscati said, "Yeah, it was truly just friends at that time." Steele asked, "Mr. Combs wasn't around you and Ms. Ventura when you were with her, right?" Muscati said, "No." Steele asked, "And she wasn't getting all these text messages from him to your knowledge when you were with her, right?" Muscati said, "Not to my knowledge." Steele also confirmed with Muscati that Cassie told him that Combs was physically abusive toward her, but she never told Muscati that Sean Combs sexually abused her. Steele also got Muscati to say that Cassie Ventura was living two different lives when she was spending time with him. And during that meeting with Combs at the Soho house in 2012, after his car was torched, he said Combs was gracious, made no threats, and had no weapons on him during redirect.
As you should be. What's going on, Sachi Prasachi? As you should be.
Emily Johnson used Muscati to remind the jury about incidents where Cassie and Capricorn Clark confided in him about Combs's volatile behavior. Toward the end, Muscati admitted that it was that behavior that made him walk away from his relationship with Cassie. Johnson asked, "Why did your relationship with Ms. Ventura end despite having feelings for her?" Muscati said the drama, it was just getting out of hand and kind of wanted to give her some space. Johnson said, "What drama are you talking about?" Muscati said the break-in and everything. Johnson asked, "Why did you want to give it space?" Muscati said, "Just feels like things were just getting out of hand, and for my safety, for her safety, I just thought." Muscati's responses prompts an objection in a sidebar where the parties go back and forth about whether or not it's proper for the jury to hear the rest of what he was going to say. Steele told Judge at a sidebar that he was going to move for a mistrial because he expected Muscati to answer that Combs was violent, and he had been told that Combs had had other people killed. The defense is adamant it's highly prejudicial against Combs, but the government says they're just trying to get him to talk about his safety concerns that he had at the end of his relationship with Cassie. Ultimately, the judge decided that Emily Johnson must move on from this type of questioning. The testimony of Kid Cudi ended with him telling the jury that he believed that Sean Combs lied to him.
So what was it like in the courtroom when Kid Cudi was testifying? Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime was there. So Elizabeth, were the jurors, did it seem like they knew who Kid Cudi was when he walked in and took the stand?
Yeah, it didn't seem that way from what I could tell, but I feel like from everyone in the gallery, they were there and they were ready to see Kid Cudi, see him walk inside that courtroom. It felt kind of like a movie moment a little bit where everyone's turned around and then all of a sudden he just walks across to the witness stand, takes his seat, does the oath, all that. But, him coming in, he was super casual. He had a motorcycle jacket. He had a white T-shirt on. Even like from other witnesses that I could see testifying, they're always in suits. They're in more professional type of wear and that thing. But as far as Kid Cudi is concerned, yeah, motorcycle jacket, his earring, his jeans, just walked up to the stand pretty casual. I didn't see the cigarette smoking or anything like that. But, when he was on the stand, he was very casual even throughout. He just seemed like he was just there to kind of speak his piece. Say,
not necessarily over a woman as much as this was a lifestyle that he pretty much was introduced to through the record executives like Clive Davis, for example, that put him on, the Tommy Mottolas and whatnot, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? The L.A. Reeds and whatnot, the early Jimmy Iovine's. This is a lifestyle he pretty much was put on to because of what he ended up joining, which was the boule. Now, with that, all of that stuff comes in combined because he has to do certain things as far as rituals are concerned. They murder by numbers if we do the gematria and shit like that. Just summarizing all of that shit, right? the behind the scenes part of that, of why he actually has to do that. It's not necessarily every other woman, as much as these women are just part of the actual rituals that these people have to conduct to keep business going and things of that nature. He's just one of the puppets that ended up having to be a sacrificial lamb at the moment because of $150 billion business that they can't afford necessarily to stop. They have to put a poster child behind jail. That poster child ended up being Sean Combs.
His part and then just kind of move on from it. And he seemed like he was just kind of just ready to get this part over with, for sure.
And he seemed like he was a little bit of a charmer, actually, on the stand. And I'm getting that just from the transcripts, because it sounds like he was just authentic. He was just him. And there were some laughs, from what I understand, in the courtroom from some of his testimony, even though this is not a laughing matter. Tell me what happened with the laughing.
Yeah, so he had some interesting one-liners when he was on the stand testifying, a lot during the direct. So one of the big things was just his reaction to his car being blown up with a Molotov cocktail. And
what the F?
Yeah. They were AUSA Emily Johnson was just like, what was your reaction to everything? And then he just candidly said, what the F? Obviously, I can't say, the real way he
I think we would all have that reaction if our car was blown up.
Exactly. And so he was very just real while he was on the stand. And to your point, Anjanette, very authentic, because when he didn't understand a question, he would be like, say what now? And just like very casual in tone, even though he's testifying in federal court and all of that stuff. And then another big moment where he got kind of a big reaction from the gallery and some of the jurors too, was just him explaining just the meeting at Soho House where him, Diddy, and Cassie all met together to kind of hash everything out. He explained that when he was first brought in, he was brought in by Diddy's security guard, D-Rock. And then he said Diddy was just sitting over there in that portion of Soho House in a room over there, just looking like a Marvel supervillain. Those were literally his words inside the courtroom. And a lot of people just kind of laughed at this moment. I don't think Diddy necessarily found this particularly funny, but he definitely got a big reaction from everyone in the courtroom.
I bet
But that paints a picture, because I think we can all...
That does paint a huge picture. I was just thinking that too, like, wait a minute, while everybody's laughing, what is Diddy's reaction right here? And you talking about somebody that has a stone cold face while everybody's laughing? That's very Joker-like, if you think about it. Very dark Joker-like.
Kind of see that, like a Bruce Wayne moment where you walk it, you envision that. You walk into a room.
What did I say?
And there's a big window and there's a guy standing there. We can kind of all, it paints a picture of what he encountered. It sounds nuts. And then he basically told the jury that he thought Sean Combs was lying, which I found amazing that was allowed in. He thought Sean Combs was lying when Sean Combs was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Your car got blown up? What do you mean?
Yep. Diddy lying about everything? Yeah, I was surprised that part got in, because that was kind of more towards the end of his testimony where he kind of got that little portion in. But he seemed like he knew who was behind this the entire time. When he was asked whether it was accidental or intentional, he was firm in believing that this was an intentional act. I know kind of under the cross-examination, they were kind of trying to frame it as maybe someone else did it. There were female fingerprints found on the Molotov cocktail. Exactly. But he seemed firm that Sean Combs, aka Diddy, might have been the one responsible for what had happened to his car, which was never able to be repaired after the fact.
And of course, there were never criminal charges filed. So we have to be clear on that. But Elizabeth Milner, thank you so much for giving us a glimpse into the courtroom where we can't have cameras. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Kid Cudi didn't say anything as he left federal court. After testifying, he got into a Cadillac Escalade and left. But he posted a video on X.
Hey guys, so I just want to say, man, I've been seeing all the love and support, and I just want to say thank you so much, man. People have been hitting me up the past week, just checking in, and even today, and it really means a lot to me, man. You guys are the best. I love y'all. This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me. And yeah, I love y'all, man. Big love. Go stream Neverland.
So let's talk about Kid Cudi's testimony. I want to bring in Nima Rahmani. He's an entertainment lawyer, also a former federal prosecutor. So he knows all about this stuff. So obviously they're bringing Kid Cudi and Nima to talk about this thing about the car and the car being blown up or set on, the Molotov cocktail. It wasn't really blown up, but there was obvious damage to the vehicle. And this plays into the RICO charge, the racketeering conspiracy charge. Does this really, in your opinion, really back up that charge?
I think it does, Anjanette. Maybe this is the former federal prosecutor in me. This is why. Cassie testified that Combs made the threat directly to blow up the car. Maybe we expected a kind of a mob-style explosion, but arson doesn't require that, right? A Molotov cocktail in your porch that burns it is enough. And the reason I like this is, obviously, the defense got out that, it wasn't definitively tied to Combs and that the DNA in the vehicle was a female's. Right. But I think there's enough circumstantial evidence, given the threat and the timing, for the jurors to believe that it was Combs. And I like these types of predicate acts because it allows the prosecution to somehow potentially get to racketeering without proving sex trafficking. I think they've proven sex trafficking, but let's say the jurors think that this was all consensual, the freak-offs. You have arson, you have extortion, you have blackmail, you have kidnapping, you have other potential activities that can get you that pattern of racketeering without sex trafficking.
So I want to break that down a little bit, and we're going to get to that. But you made two good points there. On cross-examination, Brian Steele, got out that, there was female DNA that they tested for in the car. So, we don't know that Combs's DNA was ever linked to this. He's accused of running a criminal enterprise. So it's not like he would have gotten his hands dirty and done this himself. He would have had somebody else do it, possibly. But, they didn't explicitly tie it to Combs, but Combs apparently said a couple years later, "Hey man, I'm sorry about all that. That was my girl. I thought we were homies." So he kind of apologized for it. But then Brian Steele also brings up this whole thing about, Cassie playing Kid Cudi. He felt that she had played him. And that I think could be very powerful for the jury. Don't you think that could be powerful for the jury? Because it goes to possibly, as you brought up, you don't think they've proven sex trafficking, but it could go to this whole thing about Cassie, the defense argument that she's an opportunist.
Yeah, I think the government has proven sex trafficking, but I know people watching, some of them don't believe they have. But you're right, Anjanette. Brian Steele's one of the best. I mean, obviously, we covered him for many months on the Young Thug case. It seems like a never-ending trial. And so the fact that he was added to the team to cross-examine this witness really shows how good he is. I agree with you. I thought he got three very good points out. The first is with respect to the arson, that really there's no direct evidence tying Diddy to it. Maybe the threat and the apology years later. I also thought that there was good evidence that Cassie might have talked about physical harm that she suffered by Combs, but she never mentioned any sexual assault or sexual abuse. That was a very important point that came out during cross. And then, like you said, the fact that Cassie was playing both of them, I thought that was a good point that came out as well. Maybe she wasn't the victim that she's saying that she is. Again, not saying I believe it, but what you see the defense trying to do here is build Cassie up. And this was a theme even in their opening statement, when Tenny Garagos got up there and said that this is a strong, capable woman who was making her own decisions, and she chose to participate in these freak-offs. And she's the one who broke up with Combs years later. She was dating other guys at the same time. So I understand and I like what the defense is doing, and I think that is really part of their strategy in this case.
So let's go now to the RICO charge, because when I think of RICO charges and racketeering conspiracy, it's rooted in and it came from, the mob. And I think of the mob setting up businesses, the rackets, to commit crimes, they're running businesses to cover up crimes. This seems a little bit different to me because, yes, Sean Combs was an entrepreneur setting up Bad Boy Records and running, fashion labels, all these different things. And it seems like the government is saying he used his business to cover up and commit crimes. So it seems almost kind of like a little bit different in that respect. But you're saying you think they will get to the racketeering charge because right now I'm seeing little pieces of that. I'm seeing, obviously, we saw the extortion with Regina Ventura, Cassie's mother. Now we're seeing a possible arson. It sounds like it probably was tied to Sean Combs, but not definitively. You think they will get there, that they'll be proving that Bad Boy Records was a criminal enterprise?
I do. And like you said, Anjanette, historically, racketeering was used for the mob or cartels or criminal street gangs, right? You actually have a criminal enterprise. And that's how it was used for decades since the law was passed in the 70s. And obviously states ended up passing their own version of RICO statutes. But we have seen a tremendous growth in use of RICO and racketeering statutes. Obviously, we saw it in other sex trafficking cases, R. Kelly and Nexium. We even saw it in the Donald Trump Fulton County case in Georgia. So this is a great tool for prosecutors. I'm not saying that it's appropriate, but prosecutors love it because with RICO, you bring in a lot of people and you bring in a lot of evidence into the case. You can have RICO acts that are state charges. You can have RICO acts that are outside the statute of limitations. And by bringing everyone in, you can really lean on them if you're a prosecutor. You can get people to flip and cooperate. Otherwise, they could be charged with a RICO conspiracy, even if they were just buying, baby oil and lube and condoms for the freak offs and cleaning them up afterwards, right? Even though they didn't participate in the sex acts, if they were co-conspirators or they're aiding and abetting, they could be charged substantively in a RICO conspiracy. But let's just take a step back and go through some of these elements. Like you said, the criminal enterprise, it doesn't have to be a rigid organization. Right? Under the law, it's just a loose association of two or more people. And if there's an agreement to do something unlawful, those are elements of a RICO conspiracy.
Very interesting. Because a lot of people are saying, this is thin. This may be overcharged. But it sounds like you don't think that.
Well, I'm a former federal prosecutor. I'm a current victims lawyer, so I might be a little bit biased, but I think there is enough here. You have Sean Diddy Combs, the head of this organization, right? And what he does, whether it's extorting Regina Ventura, he has his people do it for him, right? Whether it's blowing up the car, even the threat that he made. Regina Ventura said that Combs said that it wouldn't be him personally who hurts Cassie and Kid Cudi. It would be someone else. And in fact, Combs would be out of the country at the time. So he's not doing this himself. Look, there's a reason you have Kaplan and James, the personal assistants, say that, look, if I was buying, food or flights, I would charge the company card. But if I was doing something for the freak-offs, I would be paying cash. And, Combs had his infamous Louis Vuitton bag with thousands and thousands of dollars in cash. Look, there's nothing wrong with paying cash, but when you're using your company card for certain things and you're paying cash for drugs and sex workers and, lube and condoms, I mean, the jurors aren't stupid. That is illegal activity. That's why you're paying the cash, and that's why you're having your underlings do it.
Let's go back to Kid Cudi now. So who do you think scored more points with Kid Cudi, the government or the defense? Because it seemed to me that they both scored points with him.
I thought it was a good cross-examination, but I really like him as a witness for the government. I think it's a very strong way to end before a 4-day weekend because you got two things out of it. Obviously a jealous Combs who broke into his house, right? I mean, that's pretty crazy. And it just shows how dangerous he may be. And then you have this Molotov cocktail in his car. So, and really the way it ended, obviously Kid Cudi said he got played, but he also said that he broke up with Cassie because he was worried for his own safety and he didn't want to deal with the drama. This just goes to show that sort of pattern of violence and really paints a picture of a dangerous individual for the jury.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. They liked him in that courtroom. The jury apparently liked him. A lot of people liked him. It sounds like he made a really good witness. So he even posted on X about it afterwards. So, you know, it is what it is, right? I mean, I wish we had cameras in there, but all we can do is look at the testimony and then talk about it afterwards. Nima Romani, thank you so much.
Thanks, Anjanette. I'm sure we'll talk real soon.
I think we will. Thank you.
And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thanks so much.
So, in a nutshell, like I said, the most explosive witness so far was by far Kid Cudi. And needless to say, the defense has more explosive witnesses that they need to cover as well. They should check the tunnels. Yes, they definitely should check the tunnels. Especially considering they lead to the Playboy Mansion. I'm pretty sure they've already now that they've already found that, they're going to present that, because that was talked about as well with the raid. They're going to present that evidence as well, I would think, or present that in their argument, I would think, to further convict them. I'm pretty sure they have something in regards to that and what they found down there as well. I mean, you finding all types of stuff to get this man for besides the baby oil and Astroglide. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure there. All right, because Gene Deal is also testifying. I don't know if everybody knew this, but about 5 days ago, he just came from testifying.
And you the same size as Lucien Griez, Clive Davis.
How you doing? Okay.
Why you want us to believe that you weren't at them parties participating in that behavior, Gene? We heard everything you got to say on the line, Gene. Gene, are you a victim of Diddy?
Give him some space, y'all. Hold up. Okay, hold on. Gene, why are you testifying today?
Not at all.
You are. So why are you here?
All right.
Give him some space, y'all. Give him some space. About Diddy, please give him some space. I was never scared, and he never sued too. So tell us, why are you here then? All right, watch our backs, y'all. Watch our backs.
Always on the scene. Okay, it just replayed there. But shout out to Tisa Tell's always on the scene.
This is Diddy's former bodyguard. We gotta proceed with caution. He would body slam my ass.
Right. You heard that? He will body slam your ass.
Say, can we get the
How are you? I was just watching you last night. That's crazy. I just saw your
Hey,
video.
sir. Good morning. How are you? Happy Monday.
Can we get a scoop on anything new?
So what brings you in today?
Anything that used to happen that you might have seen?
Wow.
That you just willing to say?
Anything that happened that you might have seen? Wow. you know damn well he can't say nothing about that. Too funny. All right, okay. So real quick. I do want to talk about this streamer university that's out. Kai Cenat, like I said, is a genius. Kai Cenat is a genius. Okay. Shout out to him for even thinking of this. See, he started this streamer university, right? And he announced all the attendees is going to be going to streamer university as well as the professors, and it's a comprise of a lot of different content creators, and I've noticed it's also different people that are already on, like Agent. I know it's already season out there, but like Agent, Duke Dennis, India Love, people that already have motion going. India Love is rich, by the way. Her parents are rich. I forgot the Westbrooks, pretty much. But yeah, like people that already have motion and whatnot, they're already DDG. The YNs consider, They're the godfather of streaming, pretty much. So, for them, anyway. Not necessarily he is, but they all have they all have their own different channels, and through this one channel on Twitch, Streaming University, which has 450,000 views alone right now, just right now. Okay, this is late in the day. This is late at night, I should say. This is late at night, so it has 228,000 followers with 450,000 viewers right now. Okay, so imagine what's going on during the day. But this is pretty much people just sleeping in their dorms or just going through different rooms and whatnot, still having content. Just constant content is being created. And it's just a giant networking opportunity going on at Streaming University right now, where all these different content creators, even if you're not at the university right now, there are people right now streaming other people watching it right now. Like what I'm about to do pretty much. We streaming people watching it right now. And as you can see, like I said, there's just different things going on at the same university right now. This is genius by Kai. And Kai pretty much can watch all of this right now on a security camera and see all these different people streaming at the same time. Like I said, it's great to even see it like this because, like I said, they're all supposed to be just, networking with each other, making content with each other, doing everything they can, making the most of this wonderful opportunity. Wonderful opportunity. So this is who's this? India Love right here.
You started showing your personality
with Duke Dennis.
I fuck with it. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna start streaming more?
I ain't gonna lie, I just stream.
And just
like, I will go.
Just to say, there's supposed to be like a little love triangle going on with DDG, India Love, and Duke Dennis that they got going on over here. So about 31,000 people watching Miss India Love. Let's go on over to I have to go to DDG's channel. What's going on DDG's channel? I said all this is going on at the same.
Holy Riz. Deciding what to do after graduation was
I wonder if they about to go confront him.
I had lots of options.
That would be funny.
Lots of things I was looking for.
That would be funny.
Like the chance to do something important. Explore my potential. Then exceed it. And become the best version of my...
I can't do them ads.
So now that all that shit out of the way, you should like look at your schedule and see like what June 7th look like.
June 7th?
Yeah, for sure. June 7th look, you know what I'm saying? Because
I'll look right now.
June 7th is a really important day.
Is it? What's going on?
Yeah, something in Atlanta that's going on. See? I knew I wasn't tripping. Hold this for me. But yeah, June 7th. If you free, if you busy, you know what I'm saying, that's cool too. But yeah.
Nah, I got it. I'm clearing it right now.
Yeah, you do.
Duke Day.
Duke Day. Oh fuck.
Duke Day.
Shit.
7. June 7th, we locked in.
Duke Day.
I'm gonna go to a different person's channel.
But no, just do like this.
Just my leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Why
He said Deshae hiding in Brooklyn. Everybody
I
trying
like-
to jump him right now.
They have them.
Hey, no. Go like this. You can do like this. You could do that.
I was doing this.
Oh, you could do that. It's fine.
You just did it.
Okay.
All right.
1. Oh, wait, let me do the countdown.
He said,
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, he will.
Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. Again. I didn't cut it out. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll switch sides.
Didn't mean to. Okay, she's clearly watching a movie or something.
For the way he got.
Didn't even mean to.
He is 604.
Somebody hiding in the closet.
Not in there.
Who hiding in the closet? Oh shit! Somebody sleep hot. fake sleep hide in the closet.
This shit not here.
Who's he confronting?
Move for our poor baby oil.
Okay.
Move for our poor baby oil on him.
This shit not here. It's not here. It's not here. This ain't no here. No. Oh, I can't take it.
Oh, just surrender. I'm telling
I can't take it. I can't take it no more, bro. I don't got nowhere to go no more, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that shit.
Just get out. Get out.
I didn't mean to do that.
What the hell is on the side of your head?
I'm sorry.
Get out. Come on.
Please, bro. Please just let me go, bro. I don't got nowhere to go.
What are you? Okay, but you snitching, right?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
What you snitching for though?
Oh damn!
Like, bro, I just didn't know what to do. They was talking about taking out Brooklyn and everybody. Like, I just couldn't do it.
They never said nothing about Brooklyn taking out nobody.
Listen, anything, bro. I'll do whatever, bro. I promise. I can't do this. I can't, bro. I don't got it. Just spare me one time, bro.
I guess that's why he walking around with the baby oil.
No. Listen, bro. Listen. Stop.
Oh.
You know what? Let's just make it.
Bro said I'm out. College University pranks. I say this was genius. This was genius for Carson not to do. This was genius for him to do.
You got my phone?
Bro, it has your powder.
I don't need the powder.
He said,
I don't have your phone.
What, I gave you that other phone?
Yeah.
Y'all heard somebody run on this floor?
I've been hearing them moving on this floor for like the past.
Hold it back.
Where you get that from?
Water, nigga. This is switch. Everybody that snitched on us. Listen, you splash them, and if they act crazy, I shoot them. Well, I splash them, you shoot them. Word about I'm gonna splash everybody.
They running
Just
around.
What's that, Orbeez?
I don't know who got snitched on.
Ray, Mike.
That's that shit right there. Got that?
You a civilian.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, open the door. Say you what? I'm sorry.
I see Paul.
Who's getting shot?
You not gonna shoot us?
No.
No, fuck no. What we doing? Let's go.
Oh, he said, let's go.
What we doing?
Shit.
We need to find the Shay.
Who y'all got smoke with?
The Shay.
Who y'all got smoke with?
I just beat his ass on the 8th floor.
Just now?
Yeah, with the baby pad and shit on him.
No, where Rakai at? Where Mike at?
Kai downstairs, I think.
Mike got pulled. Mike got
They
a whole
got
gang
poop
with him.
shiesties on and whatnot.
Bro, them niggas snitched on us, bro. What the fuck? You threw the party, and they think I'm.
It said seventh floor,
Okay, so that's what happened. Apparently, the
Rakai.
DDG had threw a party and it got shut down because the Shay snitched. And the brothers, I guess.
Yo, DDG. Let's do it. Give me, pass the order. I'm at open bottle order.
Hey, you know, get that shit.
As soon as I
can act like this.
Shoot. Who got extra bottle of water? Who got extra bottle of water?
This is good antic fun, man. If you think about it, this is great antic fun.
Open that shit.
They ain't water guns. Let's be That's funny.
Hey, watch out, bitch.
But that was water guns. Louis. Oh shit.
Hey, watch out, chill out.
Jay, bro.
Daryl.
Shit. Fuck that bitch, not Chill, bro.
Hey, what the fuck's their award going
Yo, get me out of here, bro. I'm out of here, bro. You ain't snitch, you good, bro. Chill.
Nah, I wanted my phone.
Nah, nigga snitching on, bro.
Nigga, I'm worried about some different shit. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Chill. Just stand down.
Yeah.
Stand down.
Oh, he ain't got no bullets.
Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Chill.
This is water, man. This is water,
Stand
man.
down. Stand down.
You ready to fight? This is water, man.
Stand down. Oh, this your big homie? What the fuck you always on? But stand down.
Oh, so this is your big homie.
Why the fuck I open my door and I shot back up?
Oh, you pussy. Oh, you scared?
I'll be alright. Something get him. Oh, you got a blaster. Oh!
Do it. Do it, Daryl. Daryl, do it. Daryl, do it. I pull it. Daryl, I'm crazy.
You scaring Dabo, you scaring Dabo, you scaring Dabo. You scaring Dabo, bro, you scaring Dabo.
You know I'm crazy.
You scaring Dabo, stop, you scaring Dabo.
You know I'm crazy.
Bro, you scaring Dabo, stop.
Watch out, what?
You scaring Dabo, bro, stop.
Watch out.
Fuck is you talking about?
My goodness.
Gang.
Man, we need a change or something.
Nina, look at you. You just want to come for the cloud. What? Gun in the water. Gun in the water. I bet those gun in the water. Yo, Dabo, you snitch? Huh? You snitch? Nah, Dabo. What I snitch about? Dabo been when you. He snitched. Dabo snitch? What you talking? Why you on my dick, bro?
Let's see what Kai's not doing.
And that nigga talk too much, yo. We want to watch Duke, not you? Well, he's not live on Twitch right now, so keep dick riding.
Trying to find Kai Sinat's stream real quick. I'll just type his name in. Oh, okay, so everybody else is live pretty much.
Who that? I'm on these bodies. What am I doing? What's inside? Come on. Open that up. All right, let's go. Kai, you pussy, Kai, you so scary. Where Kai at?
Meanwhile,
Trash off the
And I'm like, and you know people don't respect.
Hey!
Don't knock on my fucking door!
Oigan, no.
Please, I'm sorry.
I didn't even realize he was gonna.
No,
you don't.
Say
Give us a sec.
Hey,
Give us a sec. Get in.
Call monitor. No.
Nigga said this is all happening at the same university.
I got a problem with them, okay? All right, if you're gonna monitor halls, you gotta get them out. They probably the ones that pissed on the floor.
Honestly, I could fucking.
Ali, toma.
Olha.
Oh yeah.
Hey, where would Kyram at?
Young Dabo. Bro, we're gonna have to see his chop fucking face in 4K. Bro, his cameraman, why does his cameraman always like go up in his face with the most high quality camera? Like, he needs to chill on that shit.
Everybody's pretty much streaming.
They carry the things across the border for you.
Smugglers.
Anyway.
You guys have smugglers, huh?
Yeah, I'm the smuggler.
Anywho.
Oh, you're the smuggler.
No.
You go.
That's it. Shout out to Kai Sinat. for doing an amazing thing and putting on all these different streamers and content creators and putting them all under one big one network hub. I do love and appreciate him doing that. I do love and appreciate the homie doing that. That's actually dope shiitake right there. It's like I said, now if you don't make something of that, and it makes you wonder too, if you're a content creator, were you working hard enough to get accepted there, or were you working hard enough to even get, called upon, or if you're not working hard enough at all to even get accepted, something like that. It just makes you want to look in the mirror and say, damn, am I doing enough? Am I not being consistent enough? It made me definitely challenge myself, or want to challenge myself as far as that goes. I don't think I'm being consistent enough, so I need to start being consistent with everything in life in general, not just the streaming, just in general with everything in life. Everybody needs to learn consistency. Consistency and discipline in the consistency is something that I'm hoping I get a second chance in learning. And there's something going around appreciating. Let me also say that. All right. I am getting sleepy. Getting sleepy. And we've been here for quite some time now. So, I'll be back Monday so we can do the updates on what happened and go over a couple other things. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I haven't done this in a while. Shout out to New Eyes. Shout out to Abundance. Shout out to Bucky, Black Bleach, Chachi Versace. Who else is up in here? Of course, Fury B, the homie. Just scrolling up through the names right now. I know Hippie TV was up in here. Jay Porter was up in here. Trying to see all the names here. I know Cherie Purnell, West y'all. West y'all. Tamiko shows up in here. Royal T was up in here. Stella Blue, always miss you. Swayze World. Fantamos Fanto, I know you was up in here, my brother. And Miss Producer as always. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. It's been real. It's been real. Hope everybody have a wonderful evening. And I will see y'all all Monday. Till next time. Peace.
She likes the she likes the way I
tab for the bad little bitches in the city and it's all on me. Time no time when the love so blind that you're all I can see. No, the night won't be the same if you don't leave with me. Ass up, head down, every time you dress down, no I like it. I like it. Good ass girl in the badass city, got the itty bitty titty, but the ass come with it. Got you hoping that a flash come with it. Looking single in the club, but you hoping that a man don't get it. And she pulling up late night, no teeth, play fight, big jaw, gray white, fuck to the daylight. Put her to sleep, cause I don't need no Xan. If she fucking with me, then she gon' need both hands, yeah. Get penthouse, spend another 10,000, nothing getting rent out, money getting sent out. Good brain, good head, get the sense out. Then I make it rain in the bed, pull a tent out. She likes the way I put shit down, and I likes the way I ain't gotta call her whenever I'm in town, but she know when to pull up. Pull up on the block, throw the hood up. The Bucktown boy, wood grain with the foot up. Call me when you need somebody to work on that body the way that it should've. Yeah, I pull up AM, scotch color gray bands, whole room darker than Ray-Bans, and I'm still on that ass like spray tan, I would get it poppin' with you or your 8 friends. But look,
You raggedy bitch.
See, little shit like that lets me further know what it is you really do.
Bullshit.